Hello again everybody, and a very warm welcome to Copenhagen Kastrup on Microsoft Flight Simulator, the awesome FlyTampa scenery. And we've got the latest NVIDIA driver update, which released yesterday, I think it was, or this morning, I can't remember which. And we're off for a two-sector trip across Scandinavia today. Initially here, out of Copenhagen, and we're going to be off to first Stockholm Arlanda, and then Oslo ENGM, which is created, of course, we've got the awesome freeware scenery created by one of the chaps in our community, Hergy1234, aka Coca-Cola. Zato, Dursey2, Ian, David, welcome guys, I hope you're well. Matthew F, good morning. Alberta, good morning to you over in Chile. Big Jacko's Gaming, Lazaros, Mikkel ending his night shift, had a bit of kip, high hope. Joining us for the second leg, I think, aren't you? Dursey2, Mark, and David A. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon and good evening to all of you watching wherever you are in the world. UC, hello to you as well. Good afternoon. Here we are, avoiding the jetty there, but here we are in the UNICEF special livery of the PMDG 737-800. Let's request boarding on GSX as well. Let's use Norwegian Air Shuttle, shall we? So today is the first day that I'm actually using, for those of you who have got me on Instagram or Facebook, or indeed saw the very short YouTube Shorts clip that I put live yesterday. I'm actually using the Next Level Racing Flight Simulator Boeing Commercial Edition Cockpit, which it comes with a high price tag. It's 699 quid, and I wasn't really convinced, but my goodness, is it good. I feel you have to climb in and out of the chair as you would if you're climbing in and out of the chair in the flight deck. It's incredibly good. Tons and tons of various different arms and things for you to connect based upon what's hardware you've got. So for me, I've got the Turtle Beach Velocity 1 yoke and throttle. That has its own compatibility plate which you can connect to the center, which is really cool. I think I'm in the terminal. But what it does mean is my setup feels incredibly different today. So I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of bloopers of me clicking the wrong things. Ikari, good evening to you over in Japan. Welcome. The commentator, Skyworker AR Simulations. Hello guys. And everyone else in the live chat. Let's kill the master caution. Matthew. Most important question, does it have a gin holder? No, but you know what? I was looking at some of these extra compatibility arms earlier on, thinking to myself, I wonder if I can actually create one to be useful for things like that. Put the APU on bleed. That's good. Window heat's on, voice recorder is on manual, recirc fans on automatic, we've got packs on auto at the moment, seatbelt signs on automatic, and all of the overhead is set up and configured. We did have a controller who has since gone offline, but we have got SOS Center, Sweden Control, who will help us into Stockholm Arlanda. And I've got a Stockholm Arlanda terrain mod which is released only a couple of weeks ago. I found it on flightsim.to yesterday, and because of that we're going to see if it's supposedly fixed all of the terrain issues at Stockholm. Skyworker, I hope you're well. So it's been a while since you've been able to catch a live stream. It's great to have you here with us today. That is our route. Squiggly, good afternoon. Peter, good afternoon. And definitely, yeah, Christmas come early for sure. Carlito, hello. Thank you, Carlito, by the way. Yesterday, dropping a tip via Streamlabs, I think it is. I can see it on my screen anyway. Very kind of you. Kiora Lord Pencil, welcome. To you over in New Zealand. Zato's flying the A330 today, heaviest aircraft on the route. Let's go on to Navigraph. So, we are up in the corner over here on gate Alpha 4. We've got a custom GSX profile. However, are we boarding? Boarding passengers now. Reach slow. If I go to the parking stands chart, we've got a push down on Lima and then a cross into Juliet 4 and basically stop the pushback around Juliet 4. I'm not sure if the custom GSX profile for this allows me to do that, but we'll just have to see basically. We'll play it by ear and see what it does. If not, I might just have to do a straight push, and then we'll just have to make do, I suppose. Once we've pushed back though, we're going to taxi Lima, Yankee, down to Quebec, which is here, onto Delta, cross that runway there, and then if we go to the other charts, so crossing runway 12 from Delta, we're going to head down Charlie, Bravo, and then start our takeoff run from Bravo 3. Sent us back up, David, awesome. Well, so if that's the case, it depends on what centre tells us as well, actually. Epic 121375. We've got the Keymax 5 Alpha RNAV departure, which is just straight out to Keymax. Ceiling of 7,000 for the departure. Mark, nice. His new Ryzen 7 5800X CPU's just arrived. Epic. And Automator, good morning. Good afternoon, Carl. Will you be doing a Lapland flight in December to Rovaniemi? Absolutely. Yeah, that's. I think that's a mandatory flight sim thing, isn't it, every year? Yeah, definitely will be diving into one of those for sure. Short hop, about an hour. Departure ATIS 12285. Let's tune into this and see if we can actually get it. Sounds like we can. 121375.
Departure information Charlie at 1250. Runway in use for takeoff 04 right. Wind 050 degrees, 10 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds broken 1,300 feet. Temperature +5. Dew point +2. QNH1.
Tomorrow, by the way, we're flying Scoot in the Fenix A320.
Unable to perform customized pushback. New ESID in effect with error.
And we're going to be flying between Singapore and Tan Son Nhat. Part of a VATSIM event tomorrow.
Advise controller at first contact. This was Copenhagen departure information Charlie.
Charlie. Jolly good. Let's tune to the other frequency.
04 left, descend to flight level 130.
Definitely Alpha expected to 04 left, descend to flight level 130, Fairline.
050 and knots at 10. 050 degrees at 10 knots rather. QNH 1030.
Benos 8, Yankee Zulu, Roger, cleared Aalborg via Golga 3 Alpha departure, runway 04 right, and squawk 6163.
Clear to Aalborg via the Golga 3 Alpha departure 04 right, and we'll have square walk 6163, red nose, Yankee Zulu.
1030.
Yankee Zulu, that is correct, QNH 1030.
Otto, welcome on board, thanks for subscribing. We can pop that onto RTO.
Good afternoon, Scott.
Or approximately 1500, I think, Mikael. Carl, does the APU use fuel whilst boarding? I like to keep temperatures comfortable while boarding, but conscious of fuel burn. It certainly does, yes. You'll see in this, the left tank will slowly be burning fuel because the APU is using the left tank. So if we just watch this screen for a little while, we should see that go to 2.58, but perhaps. 33%. Jeff, I am sitting in my new Boeing chair. It's very comfortable. You can literally strap yourself in for takeoff and landing, which is quite cool. Not sure if I'm going to use the seatbelts, but part of me thinks, why not? It's going to take a while, but 2.59, we might see that 2.58 shortly. Right, what can we do? We can configure for the arrival. We're expecting ILS 1 right into Stockholm Arlanda, and the Nilux 2 mic arrival, or Nilug 2 mic arrival as well. So we'll hit execute there. So what we've done is we've added in the departures and the arrival out of Copenhagen and into Stockholm Arlanda, and that's because it's a very short route. Mark Taylor's been enjoying the Unibuild's A310 for the past few weeks. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Incredible for a free aircraft as well. Missed the big Boeing. Matthew, very quiet, unless you forget to take them off. If you've had too many, you forget to take your seatbelt off, and then you fall out of the chair. Because you do have to climb in and out of it. That's done, that's done. Cruiser flight level 310 today. And we can look at our takeoff performance. So I've used VAS Airplane Toolbox again. It's given us a cell temp of 42. And takeoff profile 1. We're going to use climb profile 1 today, just so we can get up to cruise nice and quick. And then for takeoff, I'm going to add the weather in, 050 at 10. And it's dry. Change that to 1,000. Flap 5. 1, 2, 3. 136. 146, add the 10. Flight directors are both on. We've got the runway heading sets, the initial climb to 7,000. We're not using the course, but I've set that to 037 as well, just because on departure I can see the speed target, V2 plus 10, and then the heading that I need to fly at. So it's more of a visual reference for myself, not that we're using the VOR for this departure.
Copenhagen control, good estimate identified. Scandinavian 2306, Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, Scandinavian 2306, go ahead.
Scandinavian 2306 is clear to Stockholm.
Yeah, automated the A300 600F is going to be epic, isn't it? Really good fun. Can't wait for that.
14, information Charlie.
Clear to Arlanda, filed by the Kima 5 Alpha departure on the 04 right, squawk 7714, information Charlie aboard.
Alright, let's get our clearance.
2306, feedback correct.
We're ready for taxi,
Copenhagen Control is who we're going to be speaking to.
Taxi holding point Bravo 3, runway 04 right, via taxiway Yankee, Alpha, Charlie, and Bravo.
Sasha, hello.
Taxi holding point Bravo 3 with 04 right by Yankee, Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, and cross 30, rest of the Yankee.
Information Charlie.
Suntoy 2086, descent flight level 60, information Charlie.
Descent flight level 60, information Charlie, Suntoy 2086.
Copenhagen Control, good afternoon, Red Nose 31908 on stand Alpha 4, Copenhagen. Information Charlie, request RFR clearance to Stockholm Arlanda.
Scandinavian 1221, turn right heading 10 degrees, clear 9 is approach, on 08 left.
Turn right 10 degrees, clear ILS.
He spent the morning updating the BIOS to make sure the new motherboard will accept the new CPU. Epic.
110 degrees, Scandinavian 1221.
Windows 31908, Copenhagen Control, good afternoon. Clear to Stockholm by Kmax 5 Alpha departure, runway 04 right, squawk 7003, information Charlie.
Clear to Stockholm, Kmax 5 Alpha departure, runway 04 right, squawk 7003, information Charlie, Red Nose 31908.
Windows 3198, feedback correct.
37003.
Scandinavian 406, roger, push and start approved, QNH 103, set up.
Push and start approved, QNH 103.
Jolly good. How are we doing on boarding progress? Has that come up yet to say we're done? Boarding complete, nice. So pushback, I don't know what we're going to face for pushback. Let's prep anyway.
Suntoy 2086, you're not following the star, so turn left heading 310 degrees for radar vectors, runway 04 left. Descend altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1030.
Can I get heading again, please?
Confirm 310.
310, descent flight.
There she is.
3000, Suntoy 2086.
Descend 3,000 feet on QNH 1030.
QNH 1030.
Right, park and brake is on. Let's get rid of the chocks for now.
Scandinavian 404, request push and start.
Speedbird 328, turn right heading
Center tanks are empty.
radar vectors, runway 04 left.
Departure shift consistent. Bypass in Run
Station for push, second quarter.
left and pull the end point.
Scandinavian 404.
Bugs coming in.
Scandinavian 404, just and Charlie 28, push and start approved. QNH 1030.
1030, push start approved. Scandinavian 404.
Red nose 31908, fully ready, request push and start.
904, descending.
Doc, hello.
Red nose 3198, push and start approved. QNH 1030.
Push start approved, QNH 1030, red nose 31908. Annie, hello, welcome.
596, taxi by Alpha, hold short, 1030.
Very generous of you, thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate that. Next Level Racing, I should probably point out as well. Next Level Racing actually provided me. Well, I guess, you know what, we're going to have to do straight push, aren't we? They actually provided it me for free.
This helps towards the expensive Boeing
Ooh, we
setup.
can't do. Alright, let's do quick edit pushback.
Scandinavian 1221, 1908 left, clear to land, wind 060 degrees, 6 knots.
Clear to land, runway 08 left, Scandinavian.
Because otherwise it's going to go really wrong for us. So,
290 for 594. Scandinavian 1594, are you on this frequency?
Stay firm, Scandinavian.
we've got to go all the way.
390 inbound Basel.
Scandinavian 1594, Copenhagen control, go estimate identified. Descend flight level 290.
Over there.
Descend 290, Scandinavian 1594.
And Scandinavian 2306 is ready for push and start.
Oh, goodness me, I can't remember.
Red nose 8 Yankee Zulu, 1904 right, clear for takeoff, wind 050 degrees, 10 knots.
04 right, clear for takeoff, red nose 8 Yankee Zulu.
How do you add? Is it F7? No. F3. F9.
Station for push, second call time.
Scandinavian 2306.
Scandinavian 2306, roger, call you back shortly.
You know what?
Hotel 2306.
I reckon that'll do.
Please wait.
Yeah, that's got to do.
Contact 2086.
Interestingly, the jetty's still attached,
Turn right heading 070, Sunday 2086.
Beaver 328 and left heading 1.
which is a bit weird.
Descend at 4,000 feet.
120, 4,000 feet, speed by 328.
Pegasus, correction, Suntour 2086, descend 2,000.
Stand by, folks. Just got to get back to... That's the view.
Descending flight level 2500, we are cleared to establish ILS approach for...
Ground services. Oh well, it will disappear in a minute. Doors are closed anyway. Alberto, hello. This is my best possible way of pushing back correctly to Juliet 4. We'll give it a go. Pax off. Off it goes. Okay, ignition mode ground.
Sweden control, frequency 118.4, bye-bye.
Watching the N2.
118.4 to reach at 810 chop.
Mark says, Every, aka Hermes, have failed a delivery to you and made a mistake in the second part of your postcode. Oh, good grief, that's not good.
490, request push and start.
Reynolds 490, push and start approved, QNH 1030.
1030, push and start approved. Red nose 490. Scandinavian 406,
Scandinavian 406, taxi holding point Bravo 3, runway 04 right, via Romeo and Bravo, cross runway 1.
So yeah, this is as neat as we're going to be able to do. Long haul pushback. Alberto, been, goodness me, gold frequent flyer for 19 months. That's incredible. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the taxiways again, Scandinavian 596?
Scandinavian 596, taxi stand Bravo 7 via, correction, via Alpha, Foxtrot and Papa, cross runway 12.
Taxi to Bravo 7.
Doc, thanks for sorting out the route for today as well.
Scandinavian 596.
Scandinavian 2306, company is pushing on your left-hand side. Let me know if you're able to push as not to conflict with him.
I will just wait for the company to just pass by and then we'll start our push. Scandinavian 2306.
Let's go out of here, onto here, onto there, like so. Watching N1 and 2.
Sunturk 2086, 104 left, clear to land, wind 050 degrees, 10 knots.
Welcome to runway 04 left, weather received.
Red Nose 8 Yankee Zulu identified flight level correction 5,600 feet.
Oh, we Red Nose 31908. Good. Continuous for engine 1.
Red Nose 8 Yankee Zulu identified climb flight level 190.
Oh, sorry, climb flight level 192 is located into.
That's flicked to auto.
456, go ahead.
On the brakes, park brake on. Check the yaw damper. Everything else is good. That's good. Working down here. APU lead is off. APU can now come off.
And that was for Scandinavian 594.
Repeat for
Flat 5. Mikhail, thanks for suggesting the route today as well. Engines 1 and 2 look good. While the tug driver's doing their thing, let's work through the engine checks. Pro peats are on, wing engine ICRs as required, bleeds are on. We need to do confirmation of good engine start, don't we? Of course we do. Whoops. There we are. APU's off, flaps set 5 and green. Elevator trim set as required. So trim 5.32. Going to be about there where the cursor is. About there. Light controls full and free. So let's engage the system page. We're going to go full right, centre, fully left, centre, all the way rear on the stick, back to neutral, fully forwards, back to neutral, and you see the quick flick there of the rudders. That's because we just need to basically warm it up again. Something we mention every live stream. So a couple of wiggles left and right usually help that, and that is good. Engine instruments checked, all looking normal, and we'll clear the bottom page. L nav armed, B nav armed, auto thrust armed, warning recall. Shaquille, hello buddy, thank you very much. First class treating me well on these last 4 months, great to hear.
Just confirm that you have talked with him and he approves that you may push.
Scandinavian 410, is it okay if we start a push right here?
Negative, standby. Scandinavian 594, confirm descending.
While we demonstrate the safety features.
Negative, we needed a repeat for 594.
Scandinavian 594, descend flight level 120, information.
Okay.
Charlie, expect on 04 left.
We're ready for taxi.
Descend flight level 1210, information Charlie, 404 left.
During takeoff and
494.
Yeah, 120.
Fasten your seatbelt.
He's very busy.
120,
To the buckle and tighten.
Scandinavian 1594, descend flight level 120, expect on 04 left. Information Charlie.
If there is
We
a drop in
have Charlie on board, descending flight level 120, expecting 04 left, Scandinavian 1594.
MCP Aviation Alfie is this. This big panel where your altitude and stuff goes. Red Nose 31908, request taxi. Oops.
Scandinavian 406, 1904 right, clear for takeoff.
Secure your own mask.
Wind 05, 10
Diego, hello.
There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. 2 at the back, 2 at the front,
Mark.
and 4 exits over the wings.
Very weird. Everything's worked so far normally to this point.
And leave the aircraft by sliding
Red Nose
down
31908,
the
request taxi.
Cleared for takeoff, wind 05, 0 degrees, 10 knots.
Pull the lever in the direction of the arrow. Escape slide.
from Alpha 7, sending to 086.
Rear exit doors.
Scandinavian 406, Copenhagen.
If a slide fails to deploy, pull
Runway 04 right, clear for takeoff, wind 05, 0 degrees, 10 knots.
leave the aircraft by folding your arms across your chest
There he is.
and jump onto the slide in a
Fever 328, runway 04 left, clear to land, wind 05, 0 degrees, 10 knots.
emergency path lighting.
We'll let him go through all of this first.
Exits. Your light
Wind 08 Yankee Zulu, climb level 220.
in the unlikely event
Because I'm sure he's probably heard me.
water, remove the life vest from its pouch.
Station calling for taxi, taken court line.
Red Nose 31908.
Your waist and tighten by pulling the strap. Inflate
Contact 2086, taxi by Alpha, hold short, runway 12.
red tabs firmly downwards. The life vest can also be inflated
Otto! Epic! Thank you, buddy, welcome.
Runway 12.
for attracting attention.
Joining us as a bronze frequent flyer member. Make sure you link your YouTube account into your Discord user settings. It will get you in the lounge.
Smoking is not permitted anywhere on this
Oh,
aircraft.
Contact 2086, taxi by Alpha, hold short, runway 12.
The toilets. The use of electronic devices containing transmitters and receivers is not permitted, as they may interfere.
I don't know who's not responding.
Calling for taxi second call sign.
Has a flight
Red
mode.
nose 31908.
Activate it now,
490.
then switch it off before takeoff.
All of us.
Red nose 3198, taxi via Lima and Zulu, hold short Alpha.
Be switched off when the fasten seatbelt sign is
Taxi Lima Zulu Hot Short Alpha Red Nose 3198.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen,
490, confirm you're also ready for taxi.
That's free green. Taxi lights are on, and that is set to RTO as well. So get the taxi charts out.
and your window blind is open. All safety information
Roger, if
is
I can
shown
see
on the
the craft
safety
in front of me, I
information
would.
card located in your seat pocket.
But you can't see him, sir.
Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
No, sir. I'm in front of Alpha 21, and there's nobody in front of me.
Red nose 490, roger. Then taxi via Lima and Zulu, hold short Alpha.
Lima and Zulu hold short Alpha for Red Nose 490.
Copenhagen, Red Nose 3225, stand Alpha 31, ready for Cockpit clearance.
Lima Zulu Hot Short Alpha. So
Stand by 09456, descend altitude 3000 feet.
Second left.
1030.
1030, descend 3000 feet, flight line 456.
Scandinavian 406, identify 3000 feet, climb flight level 190.
Climb 190, Scandinavian 406.
there's the
Scandinavian 406, contact Sweden control, frequency 118 at decimal.
directional plates there on the floor. Mikael, thank you, buddy. Epic.
Thanks for flying, and here's a little something for Christmas.
Ready for Cockpit clearance to Oslo, wish Arlanda.
You're more than welcome. Thank you very much. It's really generous of you. 200 Danish kroner. I think it's Danish kroner. Thank you very much, buddy.
Say again the call sign.
Red Nose 3225. My mistake.
1184 is going to be next.
I can't find a Red Nose 3225. 09456, continue present heading, radar control.
Maintain present heading, radar control 456.
Scandinavian 594, turn right heading 100 degrees, vectors 4 descent.
That's going to be Sweden radar, Sweden control.
Right
So we got Hold Short Alpha. Joey, hello.
Scandinavian 594, correct, descend flight level 60.
Descend level 60, 594.
Scandinavian 1594, descend flight level
I've got to
60.
say, this feels very surreal actually sitting in a Boeing-inspired flight deck seat. There is...
Control, good days. Sabina 404 at Billund Airport, request IFR clearance.
Who's flying the A330 today? I forget.
Sabina 404, Copenhagen control, good.
Absolute mammoth.
Calling back shortly. Renault 3198, continue taxi by Alpha, Charlie and Bravo. Holding point Bravo 3, runway 04 right, cross runway 30.
Continue taxi Alpha, Charlie Bravo, hold short Bravo, holding point Bravo 3, cross 30, Red Nose 3198.
Renault 490, continue taxi holding point Bravo
So,
3, runway 04
Alpha,
right, via Alpha,
Charlie,
and Bravo,
Bravo.
12.
Andrea, hello to you. Lovely to fly in the Northern Europe, especially in the winter time. Just love to fly there. It's usually very scenic, isn't it?
Red Nose 490.
Airline 456, turn left heading 120.
Mark, not yet.
Left 120, flight line
I'm actually tempted to fasten my seatbelts on the Boeing setup prior to takeoff. Pop the strobes on for now.
Station calling second call sign.
Indeed, intersection departure Bravo 3. That's what you planned as well, I think, Doc, isn't it?
Scandinavian 410, roger, taxi via Mike, hold short, taxi by Zulu.
Mike, hold short, Scandinavian 410.
Clear both sides. We're going to go over and then to the left on the fork.
Airline 456, turn left heading 070 degrees, clear ILS approach, 04 left.
Left 070, cleared ILS,
APU's off.
flight line 456.
Scandinavian 594, turn left heading 310 degrees, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1030.
We are gonna need the heading again, Scandinavian 1594.
Scandinavian 594, turn left heading 310 degrees, and descend 5,000 feet, 1030.
My goodness, I'll sort my views out at some point. Right, there we go.
310 and
Exactly, Mark, that's what I'm worried about.
5,000 feet, QNH 1030.
I'm clumsy enough for it.
Scandinavian 594.
We're ready for descent, red nose 8 Yankee Zulu.
Right, this is me actually putting them on then for you guys.
Stand 130, red nose 8 Yankee Zulu.
Can you hear this?
2306 is ready for push and start.
I don't know if you could hear that. It's the buckle. So I'm actually strapped in.
And say that call sign again.
I've got to say, this does completely heighten the immersion, and now we just need VR. I need a PC that can run VR.
Push and start approved, QNH 1030, Scandinavian 2306.
Red nose 490, cross the runway, please continue by Charlie.
Cross the runway, continue by
Roger, hello.
Red nose 490.
Scandinavian 410, turn left, taxiway Zulu, hold short Alpha.
Left Zulu, hold short Alpha, Scandinavian 410.
Scandinavian 404, runway 04 right, cleared for takeoff, wind 05, 0 degrees, 10 knots.
So is that still the same wind on the mess up?
Scandinavian 404.
Scandinavian 594, descend 3,000 feet.
3,000 feet, Scandinavian 594.
Scandinavian 594, correct, descend to correction, turn right, heading 070.
Yeah, so the performance calculations we've done, Doc, including the D-rate, are for Bravo 3.
Good day, Scandinavian 1202, passing level 267.
Interestingly, Mark, they actually do have a full motion adapter thing. It's about $3,000, but I saw it on their website yesterday. I was mooching about, and yeah, they actually have a like a system that the seat sits on, and it can bump you for departure, and it can shake you around during turbulence and things like that, which is pretty incredible. Very cool.
Scandinavian 410, continue taxi holding point Bravo 3, runway 04 right, via Alpha, Charlie and Bravo, cross runway 12.
That's Ian then, Scandinavian, lining up.
Continue taxi to Bravo 3 via Alpha, Charlie and Bravo, cross runway 12.
Scandinavian 594 on the assigned.
I feel like my drone settings have changed.
Clear ILS 04.
They have.
Scandinavian 594.
Scandinavian 1594, descent altitude 3,000 feet, level by Baslo, QNH 1030.
There we are. I thought that was a bit different.
3,000 feet, level by Baslo, QNH 1030.
Anyway, we are approaching Bravo 3.
Indicated airspeed.
B2 plus 10, Critic. Infinite Wisdom, welcome on board.
594. 594, radio release speed 180 knots or less.
180 or less, 5 knots.
Let's get that set up and ready.
456, report indicated airspeed.
Indicated airspeed is currently 160 knots.
Traffic.
456,
Terrain.
160 knots, please, until 4 miles final. Runway 04 left, clear to land, wind 05, 0 degrees, 10 knots.
Clear to land, runway 04 left, keep the speed 160.
And VNAV, that's all good. Turning left, one glass check.
Scandinavian 2306 is ready for taxi.
Santo 2086, turn right, taxiway Kilo 3, then continue via Lima.
Awesome controller, really busy. Don't forget, he's doing the whole of Denmark at the moment.
Via Kilo 3 and Lima 2.
And we're holding at Bravo 3.
Turn right.
Yeah, this is the lightest I've ever flown, the 737. 90 something passengers and about 300 kilos of cargo.
Kilo 3, stand Lima. Stand 206.
Yeah, stand Alpha 20.
Stand Alpha 20.
That's all good, that's all set.
Renault 3198, line up, runway 04 right and wait.
On up to runway 04, right, red nose 31 on the right.
Scandinavian 2306, taxi holding point Bravo 3, runway 04 right via Mike, Zulu, Alpha, Charlie and Bravo, cross runway 12.
Bravo 3 via Mike, Zulu, Alpha, Charlie, Bravo.
Close GSX for now, we don't need it.
2306, cross.
Oh yeah, I've resisted for a while, but yesterday Leonardo Software House sent me their Mad Dog folks for MSFS. So I'm actually going to be trying to learn that over the next, well, couple of weeks, and I'll be looking to bring you guys a review of it finally, which is quite exciting.
Renault 8, Yankee Zulu, expect radar vectors runway 08 left, transition level, flight level 35.
Line up nice and smoothly.
Transition level 35, red nose 8 Yankee Zulu.
Red nose 8 Yankee Zulu, correct, turn left heading 300 degrees.
Lights, signs, ready for takeoff.
Copenhagen Control, good morning. Yeah, Scandinavian.
Fuel flow. We didn't do that. Reset rate.
Taking the call sign.
Scandinavian.
We might have done that. I can't remember. And I'm not going to worry about the clock. You know what? Let's do the clock.
2519, call you back. Scandinavian 404, contact Sweden Control 118.4. Bye-bye.
118.4, great job. Have a good day. Scandinavian 404.
Likewise to you.
And Scandinavian 594, fully established, 04 left.
594, roger, continue approach. Your number 2, the wind 050 degrees, 10 knots.
Ben, hello. Asking about model matching. What it does is it allows you to see people in the correct livery.
3198, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff, wind 050 degrees, 10 knots.
Runway 04 right, clear for takeoff, red nose 3198.
Red nose 490 behind the departing company.
Setting 40%.
Line up, runway 04 right, and wait behind.
It's very exciting. Sitting in a real Boeing chair. Toga.
Sabina 404, Copenhagen.
Yes, with you.
Offset. Speeds alive.
Sabina 404, Copenhagen Control, you're clear to your
Cornelius, welcome.
Via LC6 Bravo.
Look at this acceleration.
For correction runway 09, squawk 1275.
Rotate.
LC6 Bravo departure, runway 09, squawk 1275. Sabina 404.
Gear up.
Sabina 404, is that correct?
Flying to the flight director. SIMD-A engage. Nose coming down.
Sabina 404, request push and start.
Sabina 404, push and start approved.
Auto brake off. Gear low lights. Switch that off. Runway turn off lights off. Engine start. Mode selectors to off.
Power line 456 vacated off 6.
456, thank you. Taxi by Alpha, hold short
Laps up.
12.
Alpha, hold short 12456.
Scandinavian 594, runway 04 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 04 left, Scandinavian 594.
Windows 3198, identified 2,500 feet, climb flight level 190.
Flight level 190, red nose 3198.
Windows 490, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff, wind 050 degrees, 10 knots.
Clear for takeoff, red
190.
Scandinavian 410 behind the departing Norwegian 737-800, line up 190 right and wait behind.
And into some pea soup. There we go.
Scandinavian 410, line up 190 right and wait. Renault 3225 Copenhagen.
Yes, go ahead for Renault 3225.
Renault 3225 clear to Gardermoen via Vidar 4 Alpha departure on a 04 right, squawk 6017.
Radar 4 Alpha on a 04 right, 6017, Renault 3225.
Confirm 6017.
6017, yes.
Renault 3225, read back correct.
Copenhagen Control, good day.
Okay, so I do love the weather system in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's pretty cool.
Confirm Scandinavian 125.
Scandinavian 125, requesting fire clearance Arlanda.
125, radio call back shortly. Renault 3198, contact Sweden Control 118.4, goodbye.
Sweden Control 118.4, red nose 3198. Thanks, take care.
Likewise to you. Red nose 4.
It's a short sector and it's a busy sector.
Sweden Control, here Delta Papa Shah. For your information, we have traffic on our left.
Standard pressure.
Delta Papa Shah, copy, you're free of traffic, so clear direct Salo.
Direct Salo, Delta Papa Shah.
Scandinavian 406, free of conflicting traffic, resume navigation.
Go away, points of interest. They need to get rid of that. Infinite Wisdom, I don't actually have it. Sweden Control, hey, red nose 3198, airborne 9,500 feet for flight level 190, inbound Kimax.
Red nose 3108, good afternoon, Sweden Control, radar contact, climb to flight level 280, 20 knots.
Climb flight level 280, speed 280 knots, red nose 3198. 280. Tell you what, we're going to get that quick now. David says, you're completely invisible to me. I could not see you in front of me. That's very strange. What do you use for model matching? Because we had that, I think it was the same issue in the MD-11F, wasn't it? From what I remember.
Scandinavian 902 Papa, clear look to Mike from a 01 right.
Look to Mike for 01 right, Scandinavian 902 Papa.
They're on auto.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee ready for departure.
That's fine.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee from a 03, clear for takeoff, wind 020 degrees, 10 knots.
Clear for takeoff from 03, Scandinavian 2 Yankee.
Yeah, that's worth a go. Doc's saying there, David put AIG VMR on top of FSLTL VMR. Look at the view down there, the actual ground below. Looks ridiculously realistic, doesn't it?
Speed 270 knots during climb for spacing.
That's quite cool.
Switching control, Scandinavian 106, ready for departure, only 1-7.
Scandinavian 106, runway 17, clear for takeoff, wind 040 degrees, 8 knots.
Christopher, hello! Member for almost 2 years now. That's incredible, thank you. Really appreciate all that support. Long time. How's the fuzzy new seat? It's pretty cool. Is it compatible with other planes other than the 737? It is. Let's take the seatbelts off. What I have realised though is I now need a new desk. I need a more appropriate desk, effectively. Captain Ray, this is just mostly high, to be honest. Mostly a high preset with a couple of tweaks here and there. So nothing too mega, but it looks wonderful, doesn't it? And this is the sim running in 2K.
Call back in 2.5 minutes for further climb.
Firm 280 for now, Scandinavian 404.
How are we doing in the cruise? The climb, sorry. 180, it's got 10 below where we're levelling off. I'm hoping the terrain levelling mod has worked in Stockholm. Otherwise, when we touch down, pre-warning, we might end up with that ridge line that's on a lot of the runways, which could bust us back up into the sky. It's actually nice to feel like I'm sitting properly. It's got a little seat lever as well, so you can slide back and forth on this Boeing seat. So when I'm getting out, I can move it all the way back. Gives me some space to move around, and then you can sit back in again. Christopher, they've got a non-Boeing branded one, if that helps. They've got a non-Boeing one, and it says NLR on the side of it instead of Boeing. Ian, I think you are absolutely fine. Cruise altitude 310. Ah, brilliant. Thanks, Doc. You know what? I can't wait to bin that Fly Live Studio banner in the very near future. Belanta will finally release their stream overlay that we've been talking about and I've been waiting for quite a while.
Scandinavian 404, what Mach number do you plan to cruise today?
Decimal 75, Scandinavian 404.
Well, that's slow.
Scandinavian 404, enable, maintain Mach decimal 75 or greater for spacing.
75 or
Henry, hello, welcome.
Scandinavian 404.
Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you don't miss tomorrow's live stream as well. We're flying that event that Doc found on VATSIM. It's is it Hanson Nat and Singapore as a city pair, departing out of Singapore Changi, I think, heading off to Hanson Nat. And we're going to be in the Scoot Airlines Fenix A320. That's been updated recently as well, but I've not actually used it since it's been released.
Papa Bravo Romeo Tango at Gothenburg Land that has requesting Alpha clearance to Helsinki with information Alpha.
There's some cross-flow traffic
Victor Papa Bravo Romeo Tango.
passing overhead, opposite direction.
3 Mike departure, altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 5363.
It was that cruise, 310, which is almost, well actually we're almost at 280.
Victor Romeo Tango, thanks, feedback correct.
Sending 106 request for the climb, please.
Scandinavian 106, climb flight level 110, due traffic.
Right, we can unpin some of these. It won't let us unpin them. Okay, this is what we're expecting. The Nilug 2 Mike arrival. Routing through Nilug at or below flight level 150. SA630 past Stockholm Bromma, off to the Tebi VOR 117.1. The next bit up.
Red nose 3108, climb flight level 310, maintain Mach decimal 75 for spacing.
The climb flight level 300 and just repeat the Mach number please, Red nose 3108.
Red nose 3108, negative, climb to flight level 310 and maintain Mach decimal 75 please.
We'll go climb flight level 310, maintain Mach 75, Red nose 3108.
Red nose 490, climb to flight level 310, maintain Mach decimal 74 for spacing.
Climb 310 and Mach decimal.
Right, where were we?
For spacing.
Yeah, this maps. So from Tebi, we're then going to jump across. We'll require a bit of vectors from ATC to get us lined up for the ILS into Stockholm. The METAR at the moment is 010 degrees at 11 knots, all the 9s, overcast cloud 2,700 feet. Temperature is 0 degrees and the dew point -1, so I'm expecting there to be a drop in visibility fairly soon. QNH 1035 and broken cloud temporary at 1,200 feet. So I'm going to set 1035 on the bottom there using that, so that's pre-configured and set. The minimums at the bottom of the charts, ILS 338, let's set that. .338. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird star, isn't it? As Doc's saying there, it's they're not aligned with one another, so we're actually going past the localizer to go towards the Tebi VOR. We're probably going to have to turn right and come back round on ourselves, or we're going to have to overfly, transition over the field, head south, and then vector in for the final approach. But we'll basically see what the controller does. He might tell us from SA630 to go left, overhead Bromma, and then in on the ILS, but who knows. We'll have to prepare for all eventualities. 10935 is the VOR, or the ILS frequency, sorry, so let's pre-tune those. 10935, what's the missed approach? That's radar vectors for new approach, that's alright, we won't worry then. And the course of 004. So don't forget to set both the courses, nav1 and nav2. 004 on both. So, and we're maintaining Mach 75 and flight level 310 as they requested. It's Lively, hello buddy. Waiting patiently for the 737-900. Yeah, that's going to be great, isn't it? That's all good, that's all good. Runway elevation 138, so up on the overhead panel we need to set 150 for the pressure panel landing altitude.
2344, near squawk 5351, please.
We could do an auto land. but I'll just hand fly it in.
Victor Romeo Tango.
Both the charts are available. And then we're expecting, 01 right, we're expecting to vacate Whiskey 6, which is right down the bottom there. That'll give us a slightly shorter taxi in.
Starting to descent. Dinner 1 Yankee Alpha, clear T2 2 Alpha, runway 04 left, descend to flat level of 100.
And I'm just going to calculate our arrival performance.
Dinner 1 Yankee Alpha, clear T2 2 Alpha, runway 04 left, descend to flat level 100.
I reckon we could do reverse idle. It's actually telling us reverse idle and auto brake 2.
Get the Copenhagen, T2 Alpha departure on 04 left, descend to flight level 100.
And the planned landing weight, 53.8 tons. So down here,
Correction, flight 190 back.
we can add that in like so, and it's going to give us 134. Wind correction plus 5.
Scandinavian 406 requesting that. Scandinavian 406, clear knee look to Mike, runway 7 right, descend to flat level 110. Descent 110, knee look to Mike, 01 right, Scandinavian 406.
Awesome. Yeah, the 737-900 is going to be so good. Very easy to get a tail strike with it though, I would imagine.
Lufthansa 2344, speeding control radar contact, maintain flat level 350. Scandinavian 92 Papa, continue to send flat level 70, information Delta landing 01 right and around 65 track master flight.
Descend flight level 70 and we'll get listed.
Australian low easy 1876 with you, going through flight level 220 inbound to
Andrea, good question. Not yet. You're on about the condensation effect, aren't you? I would like to think that would eventually come into Microsoft Flight Simulator on its own accord, I think. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Next to 114, Unicom 122, decimal 8, bye-bye.
Let's have a look on Volante. You can see where our position is. There we are.
Stockholm Arlanda,
So straight out departure out of Copenhagen. We've not really changed our heading all that much either. We're still flying track of 032 degrees. So straight up northeast all the way up to the edge of the east coast of Sweden and then round into Stockholm like so. Bromma is there. So we might overfly it on the approach, which is quite cool. But it's a default Asobo Airport, Stockholm Arlanda. I could add these screenshots in, but it's got a tendency to fail at the moment for a lot of these because they're in 2K. It doesn't like them. Once we do a turnaround there, though, we're going to be off this direction up to Oslo. Oslo Gardermoen. So we'll do a little half a triangle. We won't do the return leg. Couldn't connect to the server. There we go, standard. It's a frequent error now.
Nordic 6 Delta Victor, sorry, seem to be outside Swedish airspace. Scandinavian 92 Papa, turn left heading 335.
We're going to get the landing rate pop up as well. It'd be interesting to see if the seat helps with landing in any way.
Easy 1876, feeding control, radar contact, climb flat level 360.
360, 186.
Scandinavian 4472, Unicom 122, decimal 8, bye-bye.
Unicom 122, decimal 8, Scandinavian 4472, fortsatt fin helg videre.
Ha det bra.
Hej.
Been 36 hours of the fog where I live at the moment is only just starting to lift after all that time, but it's been quite cool. Hello to you, just bought GSX. Where should I install the launcher? I can't download GSX Pro, it says the installation can't connect to the servers. Have a look on their forums and get the offline installer link, that might help.
Scandinavian 2306, climb flight level 340.
Globe Arena on the left, Christopher, nice one. I'll look out for you.
Scandinavian 010 at Arlanda, St. Foxtrot 37, request pushback.
Scandinavian 010, pushback and startup approved.
Pushback and startup approved, Scandinavian 010.
Scandinavian 92 Papa, continue descent to 4,000 feet, QNH 1035.
4,000 feet, QNH 1035, Scandinavian 92 Papa.
Scandinavian 92 Papa, to left heading 320, left 320.
Left heading 320, Scandinavian 92 Papa.
Not sure if that will solve it for you, G, to be honest. Mr. Dillon, welcome. Finally catching us live. Great to have you on board.
Good afternoon, Sweden Control.
Thank you to everybody who's hit the like button so far as well. 50 likes so far, really appreciate that. And all of you guys who have dropped super chats and things so far as well, really appreciate the support. Real-time tech, hello British AvGeek. Are SimBrief used in real-world flight plans? So SimBrief is only used for flight sim. It's a flight sim flight planning system basically. Very good question. It tries to take the data from the real world and use that to create a flight sim flight plan, but it relies on users actually inputting it correctly in the first place. So if people start to put in the wrong routes frequently, SimBrief will start to use that and then give people invalid routes, which is not ideal.
Or I can provide a new clearance from Rami 21. What do you prefer?
I just messed up. I will turn around with the technical.
I understand you're taxing to holding point Rami 03, so Victor Rami Tango taxi to holding point Rami 03 by Yankee.
Let's say the Stockholm Arlanda 1035.
Scandinavian 92 Papa, right heading 345, clear the left approach.
Transition.
Right
heading 345, clear the left approach 01 right, Scandinavian 92 Papa.
Coordinator 8509, speeding control, radar contact, maintain flight level 340.
Heading 340.
ESA-ATIS. Information Delta. 01 right approach, transition level flight level 55.
2306, maintain Mach decimal 734 spacing.
That'll do. That's our descent planning done. Teb, and then we've got discontinuity there. Now, we don't want to delete that because that is going to be the point at which we are vectored to the final approach for runway 01 right. What we could do though, what do we got on the glide path indicator? We've got 12 miles and then 6.
Taxi to holding point, runway 01 left.
Taxing to holding point, runway 01 left.
So we can do runway 01 right, /12, /6. And that will give us 2 fixed rings at 12 miles and 6 miles from the threshold of runway 01 right into Stockholm Arlanda. We've got 348 Whiskey Alpha. As an ADF. And Arlanda is operating with a VOR of 1160.
Continue approach, Scandinavian 90 Papa.
Qatar 2922, fly heading 165, heading 165 please.
Heading 165, Qatar 292.
It's going to get dark soon as well, so for the next sector we're probably going to be operating in darkness. We're flying a little bit further north. A lot less light at this part of the world at night. But look at the pink hues on the cloud down there. Pretty cool. I've got a GSX profile for each airport we're flying to today as well. Custom profile. I'm hoping, I haven't tested them, I'm hoping they work well. Top of descent in 40 miles. So
Victoria Tango, runway 03, clear for takeoff wind 030 degrees 9.
yeah, as well, that's another point, I suppose. Christopher's saying it is dark here already now.
Scandinavian 22 Yankee, clear Delta 7 Mike, runway 01 right,
so
flight level 110.
Higher up, that sun is going to be visible for a little bit longer. As we descend, we're going to notice it's going to go dark a lot quicker. Okay, so destination weather is obtained. We've just gone through the META, the ATIS at Stockholm Arlanda. Transition level, flight level 55, departure runway 01 left, arrival runway ILS approach runway 01 right. Wind report 010 degrees at 11 knots, visibility 10 kilometers, cloud overcast 2,700 feet, temperature 0 degrees, dew point -1 degrees, QNH 1035 hectopascals, trend of temporary cloud broken 1,200 feet, Arlanda ATIS Delta. Super Racken, hello to you, welcome. In Stockholm, very nice. Oh, we got Stockholm approach on as well, 126650.
Victoria Tango, report current altitude. 2665. Victoria Tango, Sweden control radar contact.
2650. That's set. And I can see that I think is Ian ahead of us.
01 right, cleared land, Scandinavian 9 to Papa.
Scandinavian 404 on conversion speed to 80 knots.
Sorry, can you repeat?
That's too nice.
Scandinavian 404?
Scandinavian 404 on conversion speed to 80 knots.
280 on
Infinity tutorials. So in theory, yes, but the real.
Cleared Nilog to Mike, runway 01 right, descend flight level 110, pass Nilog below flight level 150, please.
Cleared Nilug to Mike, arrival ILS 01 right, descend flight level 110, pass Nilug below flight level 150, red nose 31908.
Scandinavian 010, wind is 020 degrees, 10 knots, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff.
Scandinavian 010, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff.
Scandinavian 22 Yankee, descend to pass Alto.
Order break 2 set. So in theory, Infinity tutorials, yes, but you've got real world conditions to contend with. It will be very different.
Sorry, I didn't set it. I just heard on the radio, but I didn't set it on the autopilot. So we'll do that now. Scandinavian 22 Yankee.
22 Yankee.
Klaus, do you have a video on how to upload custom-made airports for GSX? So I've got a video showing you how to download them. Sorry, how to create them. If you download them, however, all you need to do... 40 miles, 110.
ILS runway 01 right. And please give me the rest of the information. Scandinavian 106.
Break. It was for Scandinavian 406. Scandinavian 406. Descend flight level 70. Landing 01 right and information Delta. Descending 70 Scandinavian 406.
Go vertical speed mode for this. Matthew, hello, welcome. I'm going to do speed and conversion 280 knots. Delta Tango, welcome. Set 150B on whatever waypoint it was. Doc, it's already there.
Sweden Standard, Scandinavian
At Nilug.
045, with you at Kiruna, ramp 3, requesting IPAR clearance.
And it's picked up the Arlanda VOR now as well.
With information, not sure. Scandinavian 1045, good afternoon, call back in 2 minutes to traffic. Roger that, 1045.
So we'll start 2000 as we start to descend nearer to the flight level 150. We will ease off. Carl, no, so you can change that approach speed always +5, that wind correction, you can change that to +10. Certainly useful if you've got something like a tailwind or very gusty conditions, crosswinds, very variable weather. So if you get a weather report that's winds variable between 250 degrees and 050 degrees at 20 knots, gusting 36, then add 10 knots for the wind correction instead of +5.
2922, descend flight level 100, fly heading 180.
Okay, this is going to get busy now, so I don't want to miss anything the controller tells us. Having to kind of listen in on everything, really. Seatbelts on, so we're going to be going through cloud in a mo.
Qatar 2922, contact Copenhagen control 121.375.
Contacting Copenhagen control at 121.375. Thanks much.
Scandinavian 92 Papa, contact Arlanda Tower 118.5.
118.5, Scandinavian 92 Papa.
Delta Papa Sierra, Unicom 122.8.
Unicom for Delta Papa Sierra, bye-bye.
Scandinavian Alpha descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1030. Control 121.375. Takeoff. Negative. Winner 1 Yankee Alpha descend to 5,000 feet. That's again 5,000 feet. QNH 1030. Descend 5,000 feet. QNH 1030.
Like gaming, no, you absolutely would be able to still use the stick and pedals.
Calling back. Scandinavian 406. Contact Stockholm approach 126650.
To 1900, meet in the middle.
Red nose 490. Cleared Nilug to Mike, runway 01 right, descend flight level 110, past Nilug below flight level 150.
Okay, cleared the Nilug to Mike arrival, and we'll see off speed, sir.
Red nose 490, descend to flight level 110, past Nilug below flight level 150.
Oh, there you go, Matthew, answering the question about wind correction speeds. Wind correction of half the...
Speed 280 knots.
Speed 280 knots, red nose 3108. Wind correction of half the steady and all of the gusts up to 15 knots when not using the auto throttle, at least in the 767.
Attitude 126650, thanks very much for this. Scandinavian
106 fares again. Scandinavian 106 sliding 360.
Interesting. So that, bearing that in mind, then actually, for 5 knots is fine. 010 degrees at 11. Although you'd probably add the 1 and do 6.
121.375.
Contact Copenhagen control 121.37. Takeoff head up.
Friction 519 at top of descent.
519, cleared Hammer 5 Mike, runway 01 right, descend to flight level 100.
There's the airport.
The Hammer 5 Mike from runway
So you can see how Teb is actually a beam the airport to the north, or the northeast. We don't want that. But if we end up flying that way, we're going to have to be vectored around by ATC some way or another to get to this bit here. There's a discontinuity, i.e. at Teb, the flight plan line, that magenta line that we're flying on LNAV, stops.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee requesting frequency change.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee, contact Stockholm approach 126.650.
Look at this for a bit of haze.
126.650, Scandinavian 2.
So now, because we're descending, and the sun is also setting, we're descending into darkness, because on the ground, as Christopher said, he's down below in Stockholm somewhere. It's already dark. So further up here, it's going to be lighter because we're higher up, away from the surface of the Earth. Therefore, we can see the sun for a bit longer as it moves below the horizon. But as we descend, we're descending with it, and we're doubling the rate at which we're losing that vision of the sun, if that makes sense. So it's going to go dark very quickly. I think this is one of the things that Microsoft Flight Simulator does quite nicely. And then for leg 2, we're going to be in darkness.
Scandinavian 1045, we're ready to copy clearance. I know that. I'm sorry, I need to take care of the traffic in there as first priority. I need to call you back in a couple of minutes. Roger that, sorry. Flight now is 490, speed 270 knots.
Look at that.
270 knots.
Fantastic.
Scandinavian 106, clear direct knee-look. I say again, clear direct knee-look. Scandinavian 106, fly direct knee-look.
Certainly it can real-time tech, but you can also find yourself getting into the wrong bad habits. If you learn it incorrectly, then you'll find it very difficult to unlearn it.
Again, left 295 to traffic.
Left 295 for spacing.
Red nose 3108, maintain speed 280 knots.
Maintain speed 280 knots, red nose 3108. So he's asked us to pass Nilug under flight level 150. We've done that. Almost. Quite nicely actually. Nilug's 10 miles away. And we've used a bit of vertical speed just to flex and smooth out that descent towards the end as well. So it's gone from 2,000 feet per minute to 1,400 feet per minute, just to smooth that out a little bit. Of course, we could have just left it in VNAV, and the aeroplane would have done that for us. Sometimes it's nice to use other functions, vertical speeds, certainly, as Matthew says there, he's ex-RJ scum. In the CRJ and various other aircraft like it, you've got to use vertical speed for descent.
1045, departure time 03, wind is 050 degrees, 3 knots, temperature -4, dew point -4, QNH 1039er.
We've got approach and tower online now. Epic.
Scandinavian 1045, did you copy the departure information?
Yes, I did. 104.
Yeah, confirm runway 03 and QNH 1039er, please.
Oh, yeah, of course. Runway 03 active and QNH 1039, 1045.
Scandinavian 1045, clear to Stockholm Arlanda via August 4 Bravo departure, flight level 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're coming in hot.
5370.
280 knots still.
Sorry, I did crash that. Sorry, can you say again?
August 4 Bravo.
David, your graphics can't just crash the sim. Oh no. Expertos, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. TBS, Mark, hello buddy. Good afternoon. How are you?
Flight level 150, squawk 1537, Scandinavian 1045.
Negative 5370.
Look at that.
5370, Scandinavian 1045.
Scandinavian 1045, feedback correct.
Scandinavian 010,
Do you have the latest graphics card NVIDIA update, David? I've installed that today. Not sure how good it is though. What a spectacular...
Contact and report descent speed to Stockholm approach on 126650.
Cool with speed, Stockholm approach 12665, red nose 3108, thanks.
Scandinavian 106, report indicated.
Aviate, navigate, communicate. sort the plane out first.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1035.
Descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1035, Scandinavian 2 Yankee.
Stockholm approach, good evening, red nose 31908, speed 280 knots and descending flight level 110.
Red nose 31908, Stockholm, radar contact number 4 for landing, information Foxtrot is valid.
Roger, and Foxtrot is on board, red nose 31908. Bitchux, hello to you. Anyone have bug with time during flight? Live time just jumps. It does.
Turn left heading 350, vectoring fire left approach runway 01 right.
Left 350, vectors for 01 right, red nose 31908. Okay, I'm expecting quite a steep descent then.
Speed is currently 200 knots.
We've got quite a bit of a height to lose.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee order, maintain 210 knots or greater until advised.
210 knots or greater for Scandinavian 2 Yankee.
It is Bitchuksha,
404
unfortunately.
Cleared ILS approach, runway 01 right, speed 180 knots or greater.
Present heading is cleared to ILS approach 01 right and 180 knots or greater, Scandinavian 404.
Red nose 31908, speed 250 knots.
Speed 250 knots, red nose 31908. 20 miles to get to 4,000, there's no chance we could do that, so we're still going to be vectored around the sky a little bit before we end up establishing. There's no way I can lose this altitude in 20 miles without really sort of stepping down. Getting the speed brake out and everything else. It'd be quite a rush. And then the likelihood of a missed approach increases.
Descend to flight level 70.
Descend flight level 70, red nose 31908.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee, descent altitude 4,000 feet.
Let's try 2,000, see what it does.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee.
Scandinavian 2 Yankee, turn left heading 110.
Unhelpful little burst of speed there. I can set 240 just to get the engines on idle.
090 Scandinavian 2 Yankee.
Use a bit of spoiler.
Red nose 31908, speed 230 knots or less.
230 knots or less, red nose 31908.
Fraction 519er, Stockholm.
We'll set 200 then.
Contact. Information Foxtrot is valid and
lights.
You are shortly number 4 for landing.
Seatbelt signs are on, lights and signs all on as required. That's all set and looking good. Down here looks good. We can pop the brightness right down as well on the lights. FS Gaming, hello, welcome. We are short of the approach into Stockholm, indeed. With this absolute fire of a sunset, it looks spectacular. Look at that. Even the clouds just look mega.
Scandinavian 404, speed 160 knots or greater until 40 in.
Mr. M, hello to you, welcome. Doc pointing out that you could use level change and speed brake to achieve your steepest descent. Vichuk says he's got a huge frames per second drop at Sobo's Arlanda. We'll find out in a minute.
Turn right heading 040, clear approach runway 01 left. Scandinavian to Yankee.
So down towards our flap up speed.
To Yankee, left turn heading 040 and runway 01 right in use.
Correction 01 right.
I'm going to get QATL ready for
Scandinavian 404, contact
GSX.
118.5.
1185. The tower.
Arlanda approach, good evening, this is Scandinavian 106, flat level 135, descending 110.
Let's get rid of the speed brake.
290 knots.
Okay, first red nose 31908, descend to altitude 4000 feet, QNH 1035, and speed 210 knots or less.
Descend 4000 feet, speed 210 knots or less, QNH 1035, red nose 31908.
Scandinavian 106, radar contact.
Set 180 for now.
You are number 4.
That's good, that's good, that's good.
290 knots.
Roger that, maintain 290 knots, number 4 for landing.
Auto brake set.
106.
We're getting quite a steep descent here. We've got one ahead, so I'm working to try and make sure we manage our speed effectively to help them out as well. We'll do 1600 foot per minute for now as well. Do you have the latest sharp edge fixer ESSA? I do, yes.
Speed 180 knots.
Speed 180 knots, but red nose 31908. Drop this to 10. Fergie, have you crashed yet? No, unfortunately not. Let's go flat 5. Speed's good for that.
Red nose 31908 on present heading, cleared ILS approach runway 01 right.
On present heading, cleared ILS runway 01 right, red nose 31908. 350, down to 4. Speed's coming down to 180. And let's arm approach mode. We're just on the glide slope. On flightsim.to, Vichuks. Okay, I want init ref with the approach reference page. 135 is almost what we've got. So 139 is what we're going to target. Localizers coming in. Approach is armed, so we should be turning any second. Through 190, lap 10.
Speed 160 knots or greater until 40 in.
Let's preempt that as well, so we'll continue to reduce speed to 180, 160. Spoilers disarmed, sorry, spoilers retracted and then armed. We're going to put ignition starts onto continuous, light signs checked, and crew for the seats.
Scandinavian 106, descend to flight level 900.
May I please decrease the speed?
70 A and B engaged, and flaps are working nicely. Yeah, so 11 miles.
250 knots or greater, Scandinavian 106, thank you.
08. Red nose 31908 established.
Red nose 3198, speed 160 knots until 4 DME.
Okay, 160 till 4 DME, red nose 3198.
Scandinavian 106, turn left heading 340, vectoring for ILS approach, runway 01 right.
Heading 340 and cleared ILS runway 01 right, Scandinavian 106, thank you.
Bit of a crosswind from right to left, so we're crabbing into the wind slightly. We're going to go gear down, flap 15 early. Say early, we're at 9 miles anyway. And there's the runway approach lights. Real-time tech, no, we're going to hand fly the last 1,000 feet. Certainly more so to test out the next level racing Boeing seat that I've now got, to see how it impacts the approach. What's the touchdown rating going to be, folks? Let's go flap 25. And you know what I could do? Because I'll keep forgetting.
Scandinavian 106, descends altitude
I can fasten my seatbelt again.
1035.
Descent 4,000,
Love it.
1035, Scandinavian 106.
Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so this is going to be auto-brake 2.
200, vectoring for ILS approach, runway 01 right.
And reverse idle.
200 heading and down to 70, fraction 5.
160 till 4, we want 139 for final approach speed.
Speed 250 knots or greater.
Keeping 250, fraction 5, 19.
Stockholm approach, good afternoon, Scandinavian 2306 at 110.
Scandinavian 2306, Stockholm, radar contact, information Foxtrot valid.
1185, come on.
Information Foxtrot to board. We would like to request further descent, please.
Scandinavian 2306, I call you back for further descent.
Red Nose 319 rate, request frequency change to tower.
Tower 118.5.
Tower 118.5, Red Nose 319 rate, thanks. Stockholm Tower, good evening, Red Nose 31908 is 4 miles ILS 01 right.
Red on 31908, Holland Tower, estimate continue approach, number 2, wind is 020 degrees, 10 knots.
Continue approach number 2, Red Nose 31908. Okay.
1122 Yankee, welcome to Arlanda, taxi gate Foxtrot 34, wire whiskey.
That's set.
Foxtrot over whiskey, Scandinavian, thank you.
That's set. Auto thrust off. This is my throttles. My aeroplane. Oh, hello. A little bit of a nose down sink there. Little nose droop. Let's just get this back on track slightly.
Yeah, Christian Red Nose 3198, clear land runway 01 right.
Clear land 01 right, Red Nose 319 right.
500. Approaching minimums. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Now this is default scenery, so don't think we're that far out of the glide slope, to be honest. We're nice and stable though, we will continue. Wind's playing buggers with us, it's a headwind now. Well, hey.
30. 20. 10.
Hold in the flare. Reverse screen. Nose wheels down. And decelerating on reverse idle. 260 is not too bad. And order brakes disarmed. Whiskey 6 coming up. We'll get rid of the...
Correction, Red Nose 3198, welcome to Arlanda, taxi gate 12 via whiskey.
Taxi gate 12 via whiskey, Red Nose 3198. Which is straight ahead. Thanks, folks. I was thinking, not my smoothest landing. But I will take it. We want APU on. Flaps up, speed brakes away. Take TARA off as well. You can tell this is an Asobo airport.
404 taxi gate Foxtrot 37 instead. Foxtrot 35 just became occupied.
No worries, 37, Foxtrot 37, Scandinavian 404, thank you.
Stockholm Tower, good evening. This is
12.
Scandinavian 106, established ILS runway 01 right.
Scandinavian 106, Holland Tower, god eftermiddag, wind is 020 degrees, 10 knots, runway 01 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 01 right, Scandinavian 106, thank you.
Goodness me.
Tower, rebar, 20 taxi to runway 01 left.
He said via whiskey, didn't he?
Taxi to only point, runway 01 left.
Taxi to holding point, runway 01 left, rebar, 20
Ooh, we're crossing a road. There goes the ding dong. I am using the lights. Might actually use the landing lights.
Hold Quebec for traffic, Scandinavian to the Yankee.
So I can actually see. It's going to be whiskey, but then it's going to be left on Zulu. All the way around to stand 12. GSX, we can fire that up. It's the Bravo pier. Okay, well that doesn't, it's not on that one. Let's try another tab. There we go, parking 12.
Another tower, fraction 519 or 9 miles, 501 01 right.
It's got to be that one.
Fraction 519, Holland Tower, good afternoon, continue approach number 2.
We don't need to follow me.
20 degrees, 10 knots.
Copy to wind number 2, continue approach, fraction 519.
Look at this, just darkness. Very cool. Makes it pretty tough to taxi with though.
2 to Yankee, are you able to gate Foxtrot 31 instead?
I think this is the left for Zulu. Yep, Zulu on the positional and directional signs.
Scandinavian to Yankee, yes I am able, gate 31.
Scandinavian 2 to Yankee, perfect. Gate Foxtrot 31 via Zulu.
What's the free runway at Zulu, Scandinavian to Yankee?
Okay, for 1 minute then, we're going to have APU fired up. And we've got one in front. We do, it's a Scandinavian. It's got one more sector left. We're going to go all the way around Zulu, past Foxtrot Alpha and Alpha Bravo aprons, I think. Oh no, Alpha Bravo apron is what we want. 12 is on Bravo.
Fraction 519 on runway 01 right, clear to land.
Clear land, runway 01 right, fraction 519.
Captain 106, welcome to Arlanda, taxi gate 1 via whiskey.
Gate 1 via whiskey, Scandinavian 106, thank you.
Let's mute the brightness of some of these screens. Rogue tug. Zulu Zulu Kilo. Okay, I will look out for it. I can see Zulu Lima here. So Zulu Kilo is next, so we're parking
Viva 2920, the wind is
at that stand there.
20 degrees 10 knots, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 01 left, clear for takeoff, revolve on the aircraft.
Thankfully, Doc, we're going to Oslo Gardermoen next. So our next call sign, I haven't actually wrote it down yet. I haven't scribbled it on my piece of paper yet, but I've got sim brief ready. Come down to a bit more of a slowed speed here. We can see Boeing 737. Or was that 738? 737 on the VDGS.
Fraction 519, allocated runway 05 right, requesting stand 106, apron echo.
Fraction 519, welcome to Arlanda, taxi gate 106, via uniform.
Stand 106 via uniform, fraction 516.
Scandinavian 22 Yankee leaving server. Tack för servicen, jättebra, högt och tydligt. Tack så jättemycket, hejdå.
Tack.
Valito, nice one. Ooh, where's it going to stop us?
Thank you for your service, have a great night.
Thank you, bye-bye. Break Viva 2920, contact Stockholm 126650.
Ooh, that's close.
126650, thank you so much for your wonderful service, have a good night.
You too, bye.
Okay, that's the anti-collisions done.
And Arlanda Tower.
Mister, we are.
Afternoon, Scandinavian.
Request disembarkation.
Established ILS 01 right.
Scandinavian 2306, Arlanda Tower, good afternoon. Number 2.
Which is interesting because that doesn't move.
Continue approach 2306.
Ooh, where are we? We're in the building. That's actually on the stop bar, to be fair, look.
Passengers, the boarding started.
Okay, we're going to see some funkiness then, in this instance. With some passengers probably walking through the air. But hey ho. Carl, yes you can. No, the jetways don't really work, as Hergie's pointed out. We're off to Hergie's Oslo Gardermoen's freeware scenery next, which a lot of us really enjoy.
Scandinavian 2306, runway 01 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 01 right, Scandinavian 2306.
So we're NOS 817 for the next leg. So I'm going to disconnect, and then I'm going to reconnect. NOS 817. And I've pre-filed this as well on the network, so we should be able to, there we go, set that up. So I'll share it on Volanta as well so you guys can see, because you can actually get the Simbury flight plan on here now. whilst we're disembarking passengers. So our flight just is going to take us west across from Stockholm in Sweden to Oslo in Norway. About an hour's flight time. If we go over to the flight briefing, we can see all of our stuff. So we've got, well, that's our routing in fact. Zero fuel weights, our payloads and our fuel. And the cost index of only 13, which is very economical. So we're going to depart, looking at ESA ATIS, information Golf. Doesn't actually say what runway is in use for departure, but we're going to use the ARS 5 Charlie departure. November 623 to Ibgax, direct Eburi, November 623 to Iseba, and then the Iseba for Lima.
Tower, hello. Partner 7457, heavy 7 mile final 01 right.
Into Oslo.
7457, Northern Tower, good afternoon. Number 2.
There's our FinRes and alternate fuel, 2128 down the bottom there. And passengers, 150 passengers. It'll realistically be about 1.5 tonne of cargo to get the zero fuel weight of 56.3. And then up here we've got our cost index, our average winds, average ISA, and our estimated takeoff weight, landing weight, and zero fuel weight.
Scandinavian 2306 control on taxi, gate 7 via Whiskey.
Gate 7 via Whiskey, thanks for your TC, Scandinavian 2306.
Thank you.
Okay, no worries. Ian, no worries, it's been great for you to fly along. Over a year has it, that's incredible. Yeah, NOS is Nordic. So we flew Red Nose NSZ on the way out to Stockholm. We've now changed to NOZ, which is Nordic 817. Andrew, good morning to you. We're going to wait for these baggage folks to finish, because then we want to begin the boarding process. Do you want to deboard crew? No. Because we're going to do a turnaround and zip back. Well, not zip back. So I reckon 01 left for departure.
Korean 8509 established on the islet.
01 right via Insuv for our arrival into Oslo, Gardermoen. Altitudes flight level 320 for cruise.
Continuing winds copied Korean 8509.
And Doc said that we need to try and vacate Bravo 6 at Oslo and then taxi in via Juliet, Sierra, Lima and then Blue Line to gate 39. 1000, it's now P2, so 1000 feet AGL for thrust reduction. Let's close Discord again. And we drop back into the flight deck, shall we? Ooh, look at this for frames, it's interesting. That GSX playing silly with us. I think it could be. So, reference airport, ESA, gate 12. Let's configure for the next leg. Route. ESA is already in the scratch pad. ENGM, company route, because we've already added it into the aircraft's brain, if you like. And NOS 817. Activate. Execute. We can actually change the call sign numbers on the yoke as well. That's going to help us. NOS 817. Direct to ARS or ARS. November 623 to Ibgax. Direct to Buri. November 623 again to Iseba.
Partner 7457, steering on Whiskey 5.
Menu. FS actions, fuel. We need 5,000 kilos of fuel again.
Korean 8509, runway 01 right, clear to land.
I'll do 5,100.
Korean 8509.
We'll burn that little bit of fuel sat on the ground during turnaround. Okay, new set of passengers then. 150 on board. Look how light we were on a cargo on the way out. 0 fuel weight 56.3. It's not far off actually. Ooh, let's balance this. So we want 400, 700, 56.3, 19.3 takeoff centre of gravity. We'll pop that back, turn to the menu, go back into the FMC, perfect request.
Can we get the cargo ramp versus spot 5?
Deboarding completed, let's request boarding.
457, no problem, turn left at uniform, taxi gate Romeo 7 instead.
Uniform Romeo 7, Martin Air 7457, thank you.
That data that we spoke about on Volanta a moment ago, that cruise average wind 033 at 23. Cost index was only 13. 2.1 for the reserve fuels. And transition altitude 5,000. That's all good, let's save that. Now we need to go back into our VAS airplane toolbox to load our next flight plan for our takeoff calculations.
8415, read back is correct. Information call valid QNH 1035.
So, cell temp of 42. It's telling us flap 5, takeoff 1.
For your information, we're flying cargo.
I reckon we could do takeoff 1, climb 2, perhaps.
Taxi Romeo 6 via uniform.
Get Romeo 6 via uniform, Korean 8509.
5.7. Another click just for good look, and we need to add our departure in, so just bear with me. I'm just recycling all of our Navigraph feeds and everything else. Navigraph, Volanta, Live Studio, all of that sort of stuff. And changing the call sign on the overlay to NOS 817.
For Korean 8509, stand Romeo 6 seems to be blocked for our ground services. Can we take Romeo 7 instead?
When are you going to do a Caribbean tour, Dean says? Well, I'm actually hoping to try and get that FS Dream Team La Romana scenery, actually, that's just been released. That looks cool. Is it even boarding passengers?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard
There's boarding passengers now.
Please may we have your attention while we demonstrate the safety features of this Boeing 787.
That's a wrong announcement. Interesting. Let's pop that closed.
Requesting clearance to Oslo with information Golf, and we are.
Yeah, we've got information Golf on board. QNH 1035 still. We're going to get a squawk code from the controller.
Queen 8509, taxi Romeo 9 via uniform.
Romeo 9 by uniform.
Once we get the departure set, we can then look at the speeds in the MCP panel up here.
7, ready for clearance?
Affirmative.
Alpha 137, you're cleared to Oslo Gardermoen. Orders 5 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet. Squawk 5357.
Roger, cleared to Oslo via the R5 Charlie departure. Squawk 5357 and clear to 5000.
Alpha 137, readback is correct. Information Golf is valid, QNH 1035.
Copy, we have Golf 14.
Zato, cheers, buddy.
Orlando Tower, Nordic 490, request IFR to Oslo. We have information. Go.
Joey Goofy just bought GSX last week, downloaded the custom airport profiles, but when I spawn and reposition the aircraft, it jumps to the front start marker under the wing. Does someone know a fix? No, it doesn't really. If you're going to reposition the aircraft, what it will do is it will try and bink itself to where it thinks you want it to go. Basically, so it's quite clunky. I tend to avoid clicking reposition.
Nordic 490.
Even with a custom profile, it tends to put you in the wrong place. Arlanda Tower, good evening, Red Nose. Correction. Nordic 817, gate 12, Boeing 737-800 with information Golf. Request IFR clearance to Oslo, please.
Nordic 817, Arlanda, hello, clear to Oslo Gardermoen, Aros 5 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, squawk 5472.
Clear to Oslo, Aros 5 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, squawk 5472, Red Nose 817. Ah.
Nordic 7 readback is correct.
Sorry, Nordic 817. Oh my god. Nordic 817. Oh, I'm writing that big writing. It's because I've got the word Red Nose at the top of my page, so I keep looking at that. Let's scribble that out. Scribble that out. And I've wrote Nordic in big bold writing. It's because we're like pigeons, we're creatures of habit. 5472.
Roger, thank you.
Well, that was interesting. Streamlabs crashed again. It did that the other day, didn't it? Rather bizarrely. No rhyme or reason for it. Streamlabs were scratching their head when I reported it last time as well, saying they weren't really sure why, and they were trying to sort of blame various things being out of date. And they tried to say my graphics driver was out of date, but I've actually updated that today to the very latest one and restarted the computer as well. Right, where were we? Legs. That's good. That's good. Now we can get our V speeds 142, 152. Recycle those. We might as well set RTO. I'm glad you guys pinged it up saying, well, Doc put the little loading screen thing on, because then I realised very quickly when he put that, and a few of you guys mentioned. Yeah, that's a good point, Birdman. When it crashed last time, it was the same scenario when we were doing a second leg. Very bizarre. It's only Streamlabs that's crashed as well. That's what's super weird. 142, 5.7 is set. That's all good. So we're literally waiting for the baggage to sort itself out. And then we can make our way on. Boarding completed. There we go. Cruise altitude pressure panel. $320. We'll leave that on 150. We might try and depart Yankee 2 dock. I've calculated for it, but it depends on what the controller gives us, of course. MCP set for runway heading. Ronald, hello. Thank you. 004. Let me show you Navigraph. This is probably where it's going to crash again now, because we're loading more stuff. But after departure, we're going to very quickly, above 600 feet, turn left on the Aros 5 Charlie departure. Max at 205 knots at Sierra Alpha 850. Over 1,500 feet, 247 degrees to Sierra Alpha 851. then left 218 degrees, SA 723, and then right 261 degrees out to ADOS 1128. So we'll tune that as well, 1128. Like so. Boarding's complete, we can close that.
Så där, och nu är det Scandinavian 79, can you see the flight plan?
Yep, Scandinavian 79, you are clear to Visby, Baba 4.
Well, the jetty's there anyway, so that can disappear fairly quickly. 1128 is set, 26, 1128, 261. I'm actually going to set that into nav 2.
Landing power, Nordic 490.
Like so.
Pushback.
G'day Ian. Very nice. Hope you're well.
490 push and start is approved. Roger.
Prepare for pushback and departure. Do you request de-icing? Yes.
Push and start is approved.
Let's get a bit of de-icing magic, see what it does on GSX, one of its new features. Why not? Might as well take the glycol.
Back with you, Romeo 7 cargo ramp for an Airbus A310 at Golf. Requesting IFR clearance to Echo Sierra Golf Juliet.
Martin 7457, hello again, you are clear to Jönköping. PTEV 1 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, squawk 537.
Now interestingly, we've got a GSX profile for this. I'm just thinking about it. How am I going to arrange pushback here? We haven't really got much of a choice. It's an awkward one, so I'm hoping the GSX profile is actually pretty good for this with custom pushback. Otherwise, we might have a bit of a sticky wicket to deal with. Anyway.
7457, readback is correct. Push correction information call.
HK's Flight Simulation, hello, welcome. I hope you're well. Doing very well, thank you for asking. I hope you're okay. Oh, look. The ISA 1 of 2 has arrived. Usually there's a second one of the wing as well. Here he is. This is GSX's latest thing that's been enabled for Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
Let's go for Type 1. We'll go 50%.
We begin treatment now.
4091 on a tower west with clear to Visby, so about 4 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, 5355.
His little lights switched on. Here he goes.
4091, readback is correct.
It's so funny. Stick, no, this is default Asobo. Now, if I'm good about this, let's go to number, maybe 6. We can actually see him de-icing from the cabin. They certainly do, HK. Yeah, ready for push, Mikael.
Tower, good afternoon, Scandinavian.
Yeah, it's got a little light illuminating the wing too, that's pretty cool.
14 information Golf, QNH 1035, requesting clearance.
Scandinavian 491.
It's going to hit the plane. Maybe not. Christopher, you make a good, you make a good point there.
Cleared to Oslo, Aros 5 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, squawk 5306, Scandinavian 491.
Scandinavian 491, readback is correct.
The icing and anti-icing completed, and the icing code is
and Nordic 459 gate 1.
I am disconnecting. Good day.
1, ready for push and start.
Nordic 459, push and start is approved.
Push and start approved. Nordic 459.
So now we're waiting for the dispatcher to turn up. There we go.
Red House 8415, taxi to on point runway 01 left.
Taxi
Very true, yeah. Probably is about 17 steps. I'd imagine it'd just be packs off, wouldn't it? Recirc fan packs off. That'd be it.
Stockholm, Scandinavian 407.
Here she comes. Walk through buildings.
Copenhagen.
407 on Tower West Medak, clear to Copenhagen, PTL 1 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, scope 0232.
Bypass pin inserted.
Clear to Copenhagen, PTL 1 Charlie departure, initially 5,000, scope 0232, Scandinavian 407.
Scandinavian 407, readback is correct.
Nordic 817 requests pushback.
Nordic 817, push and start approved.
Push start approved, Nordic 817.
Nordic 490, ready.
I'll tell you what, it makes VATSIM just feel alive, doesn't it, with the flight sim working so well. VATSIM being alive with so much traffic, it's really good fun. Locking gear.
I'm sorry, I copied 10 left and I didn't copy after that.
So that's the gear there. It's just going to hand pump that and just lock the gear and make sure it's raised properly, the little wheels. There she goes. We'll do pushback POS 12. That's the only option.
Release parking brakes, please.
I'll break off. Packs are off.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
They say that, but then it's like a weird thing where it doesn't realise that you've pushed back. I think last time we used this de-ice function, there was a weird bug, weird behaviour with it. So I'm tempted to try without today. Just actually commit to the engine start. Let's just see what happens. Ignition mode.
490, follow company 737
Round.
from right to left to holding point runway 01 left.
Gulshan, this is Asobo's default. It's inside Microsoft Flight Simulator.
201 left holding point. Nordic 490.
So they're sorting out pushback all the way to that spot, that position. Nice that they've done this accurately with the pushback.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Norwegian. Please may we have your attention while we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. To avoid blocking your exit, please stow hand luggage in the overhead locker or beneath the seat in front of you. If you are seated in the front row or the row next to the overwing exits, please keep your seats clear during takeoff and landing. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the flat metal tip into the buckle and tighten by pulling the strap. To unfasten, lift
They always say that, so I just go straight in and confirm good engine start.
Oxygen masks will deploy from a panel above your
But they can't exactly tell you to stand if the aeroplane brakes, so I just do that so she can start disconnecting the aircraft.
Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Pull the elastic band over your head and breathe normally. Adjust the mask by tightening the elastic band. Secure your own mask first before assisting your child, infant or others. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft, 2 at the back, 2 at the front, and 4 exits over the wings.
Unlocking gear.
197, push and start.
That's an RTO, that's all set. Engines 1 and 2 are good. Let's go flat 5.
Nordic 459.
I clicked that 4 times, no I didn't. I clicked it 3, good.
Taxi out, hold short before Zulu.
Escape slides will deploy.
Taxi out and hold short for Zulu for Nordic 459.
Disconnected. Bypass pin
If a slide
removed.
fails to deploy, pull the handle to inflate the slide.
Left is clear. Right
Leave
is
the
clear.
aircraft with your
4791, push
arms
and
across
start
the
it.
chest and jump onto the slide in a sitting position. If there is a loss of electrical power, emergency path lighting on the floor will guide you to the exits. Your Your life vest is under your seat. In the unlikely event that the aircraft should land on water, remove the life vest from its pouch and place the vest over your head. Secure the strap
Okie
around
dokie.
your waist and tighten
Got
by
taxi
pulling
lights
the
on.
strap. Inflate the life vest at the exit by pulling
Put the wing lights on as well because we've got icing
downwards.
conditions, so we
The
can
life
monitor
vest
that.
can also
LNAV,
be inflated by
VNAV,
blowing into the red
auto
tube on
thrust.
the front of the vest. A light is provided for
Nordic
attracting
817
attention.
request taxi.
If a life vest is worn
Nordic
by a small
817, taxi to on point runway
tap
01 left.
only to inflate the vest. Smoking is
Taxi
not
on point
permitted
runway
anywhere
01
on
left.
this aircraft.
Nordic 817.
Passengers are advised that smoke detectors are installed in all the
Number
toilets.
486, 01 right.
The use of
She hasn't wished me a good trip yet. I can't move. Off she goes.
486, Arlanda Tower, get up now, the wind 02, the wind 10 knots, runway 01, and right, clear left.
Please activate it now.
01 right, cleared to land, November 486.
All other
So we've got a taxi out in
electronic
Zulu.
equipment must be switched
Alpine
off when
127
the
ready to
fasten
taxi.
seatbelt sign is lit.
Alpine 127, taxi, Delta, hold short stop Zulu.
Please ensure that your
Taxi
tray
Delta, hold
table is
short of
stowed,
Zulu,
your
Alpine
seatbelt is
137.
securely fastened, your seat
Nordic
back is in the upright
459,
position
taxi
with
to
your
holding point
arms
runway
down.
01 left via Zulu.
All safety
Holding point runway 01 left via Zulu for Nordic 459.
Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Redness 8417,
Ah.
5 kilometers, 1 left.
Red North 8417, Roger, wind is 020 degrees, 10 knots, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff.
Traffic 01 left.
Right, let's just do a 270-degree left turn.
God kväll. Arlanda Tower, this is Finnair 1 Yankee Alpha, radio check.
Finnair 1 Yankee Alpha, Arlanda Tower, Esmeda, radio 5.
Scandinavian 79, request taxi, able Yankee 2 if available.
Scandinavian 79, full lane to begin with, taxi to holding point runway 01 left.
Taxi 01 left.
Because we were going to turn around him, basically.
Tower Nordic 490, you want me full length?
Nordic 490, if you're able, you can take Yankee 2.
Yeah, I can take Yankee 2.
Nordic 490, line up runway 01 left, don't wait.
There goes one for departure.
490.
Right ahead of us. In fact, he's rotating now.
Red is 4091,
Look at that.
taxi.
Epic.
Red North 40191, follow company to holding point runway 01 left.
Follow company to holding point 01 left. Scandinavian 491, request push and start.
Scandinavian 491, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, 491.
Zulu. John, hello to you. Waiting for a 767 mod to download. Very nice. Got tail ahead, so it means we're on the right runway, so we're following someone else. Is this why I have ATC, Stig?
Red now.
I don't think you noticed. Yankee for departing traffic.
3,000 pounds.
Red North 8415, contact Stockholm 126650, bye-bye.
Is it Yankee for departing traffic though? Because if I go onto the departures... Hold on, let me... The departure routes just said something different to me.
And 3 with information hotel, Cunate 1035, Airbus A320, request iPark absolutely.
Right, yeah, so
Scandinavian 07,
we've got to stay on here until Sierra Charlie.
Bob up for Charlie departure 5,000 feet.
I'll show you the charts. At least this is what I'm using.
Bob up for Charlie departure 5,000 feet.
So we're up here, Zulu all the way down
079, readback is correct.
to Sierra Charlie, where we're then going to, we're going to turn right and then left, because you've got the de-icing Sierra here, that's the arrow being a one-way directional, being different. Then we're going to head off to Yankee.
Nordic 490, wind 020 degrees, 10 knots, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff.
Although Yankee 2 is an option, isn't there?
Cleared for takeoff, Nordic 490.
Where's Yankee 2? That's where David is there actually, that's Yankee 2.
Alpine
Land 137, follow the Norwegian 737 all the way down to runway 01 left.
Copy, follow the Norwegian down all the way to runway 01 left, Alpine 127.
So initial climb 5,000, heading 004 initially, but it's going to be an immediate left turn after takeoff. 152 for the V speeds are set.
November 486.
That's all set. Looking up on the overhead panel, your damper's still active.
Arlanda Gate Sierra 82 via uniform.
That's all set. EasyJet's now going ahead of us.
82 via uniform, November 486.
And we can disable QATL again.
Tower, good evening, Ryanair 53 Alpha Golf 1037, information, hold 7 bird, report clearance AFR to Malmö as well.
Ryanair 53 Alpha Golf, Arlanda, god eftermiddag, you are cleared to Malmö, Northly 5 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, squawk 0270.
Call to destination, runway 01 left via Northly 5 Charlie, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 2070, Ryanair 53 Alpha Golf.
Laps 5.
Ryanair 53 Alpha Golf, feedback if correct.
Nordic 817, request Yankee 2.
Nordic 817, I need you full lane today, taxi full lane via Yankee.
Oh, we'll go full length via Yankee, Nordic 817.
Finnair 1 Yankee Alpha, did you call for clearance?
Yes, Finnair 1 Yankee Alpha.
Finnair 1
Oh, we
Yankee
requested
Alpha,
it.
To Helsinki, Tampere 5 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, squawk.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to refresh our takeoff performance calculations just to see what it gives us. It's actually derated us a little bit more.
Charlie departure, runway 04 left, initial climb 5,000 feet, and squawk 5345.
Finnair 1 Yankee Alpha, thank you, readback if correct, break Nordic 459, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff.
01
M1 limit.
For takeoff on Nordic 459.
Alpine 137,
44.
runway 01
Takeoff 1. Climb 2. Takeoff V speeds are deleted. Still 142. 152. Add in the 10.
Scandinavian 407, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Scandinavian 430.
Okay, let's get rid of the Navigraph charts for you guys. That's on the screen still. You've been able to kind of see that intersection and the layout of the airfield a bit. And we are number 3 for departure, Yankee 1. Sector 2 of 2. Big old queue, lots of aeroplanes. Can't see the one that's just departed though.
Contact Stockholm 12665. 665.
The Apple Gold was first to depart. Very nice.
Nordic 459 passing 1,000 feet.
Nordic 459, contact Stockholm 126650.
2650, Nordic 459. Thanks for the ATC.
Phone is already on.
Goodbye.
TCAS is already on. Traffic, so I'm going to just refresh it, make sure it is on.
Scandinavian 491, request taxi.
Scandinavian 491.
Might as well start the clock.
Did you request push? Confirm.
Ian, that would be a really cool feature, wouldn't it?
491, roger. Taxi to holding point, runway 01 left.
Holding point 01 left, Scandinavian 491.
Just holding it on the brakes manually now.
Nordic 817 in sequence, line up runway 01 left.
In sequence, line up 01 left, Nordic 817.
Are we clear for takeoff, Alpine 127?
Alpine 137 negative, hold position.
So we could just
Copy, holding position.
creep. They do this at Heathrow all the time. They're like 1 knot. So we've got 2 minutes separation because we've got multiple people all flying the same route. He's now clear for takeoff. Instincts, it's on FlightSim.to. And last one, fuel flow reset rate.
Finnair 1 Yankee Alpha, request push and start. Finnair 1 Yankee Alpha, push and start is approved. Push and start approved. Finnair 1 Yankee Alpha.
Stockholm Tower, Osprey 784, fully established, runway 01 right.
Hey, who's that?
On tower eftermiddag, wind 020 degrees, 10 knots, runway 01 right, clear land.
He's just got airborne, you can see his lights.
01 right.
Beacon and that rear strobe flashing away. That's very nice actually, quite realistic.
Copenhagen 21 Juliet, Åland Tower eftermiddag, clear to Bucharest via Trosa 5 Charlie.
And we're on the brakes.
4431.
This is Bucharest via the Trosa 5
Jet 10, absolutely. Always a nice little queue.
21 Juliet, reback is great. Alpine 137, verify mode Charlie.
S approach 12665 is online. 12665, that's the same, and TRA is on and active, that's all good.
Thank you, contact Stockholm 126650.
1266550.
12665, Alpine 127.
Runway 53 Alpha Golf, request pushback and start.
Runway 53 Alpha Golf, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, runway 53 Alpha Golf.
Ian, no upgrades.
Canadian 407 taxi.
Canadian 407 taxi on point runway 01 left.
Taxi 01 left, Canadian 407.
So again, for departure, we're going to push the stick forwards, push the nose wheel down. What we can do is make sure that's on the legs page as well. Well impressed with this Boeing seat, it's very nice. So initially we're going to hand fly that left turn, I think. Why not? We'll add that to the challenge. One, two, three, four, 5 in the queue. No, 3 in the queue. SAS at the rear. If you go to FlightSim.to for the Oslo scenery that we're flying to, folks, Hergy in the chat actually created it. It's really very nice. I know JustSim have just released a payware version, but to be honest with you, I think this freeware one from Hergy is twice, 3 times as good, and it's free. So head to FlightSim.to, search ENGM, letters ENGM for Oslo, or search Oslo Gardermoen Airport, something like that, and you'll find a number of them. There's a 2 or 3 available. You want the one by Hergy 1234.
Hi 121 at stand 33, requesting for clearance.
It's given us about 3 minutes separation, I think.
Arlanda, you're clear to Hamburg via Northley 5 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, scope 1375.
Lifetime live weather, the simulator guy, absolutely.
Charlie departure, initial flight 5,000, scope 1375, Thai 121.
B1 of 135.
That is correct. Information hotel is valid, QNH 1035.
And we should get imminent takeoff clearance.
Osprey 784, welcome to Arlanda, taxi gate 67 via uniform.
Gate 67 via uniform, Osprey 784.
Tower good day, Copenhagen 67 information Holloway 321 we request the IFR clearance.
Copenhagen 867, Arlanda Tower, Westmiddag, clear to Oslo, Aros 5 Charlie departure, 5,000 feet, scope 5367.
And hello to you, what a perfect time to hop on. Welcome. We're 4 minutes now. No idea. That's Ryanair quality radio, Christopher. This is where in real life the passengers are sitting around.
Yeah, 817, wind 020 degrees, 10 knots, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 01 left, Nordic 817. Sitting around going, why is the plane not going yet? 40%. Engines are stable. Toga. As we go through 80 knots, we're going to centre the nose wheel pressure. We're going to basically clear that forward pressure on the stick back to neutral. Come up to V1, both hands on the yoke, rotate. There we are, airborne. Positive rate, gear up. Staring at the flight director. There's nothing outside that's going to help us.
Could you lower your volume?
So let's just fly to the flight director, and we're going to try and hand fly this first leg, why not? This first little left turn. Gear is up, no lights.
Nordic 817, contact Stockholm 126650.
Contact Stockholm 126650, Nordic 817, thanks, good night. What's going on? Flight director's moving. Let's follow it. We're still hand flying. We're trying to manage everything that would happen with a real pilot with a first officer helping. Crew flaps up. Stockholm, good evening. Nordic 817 is airborne 2,700 feet. Aros 5 Charlie departure.
Nordic 857, Stockholm, good evening. Radar contact. Climb to flight level 140, free speed.
Climb flight level 140, free speed, Nordic 817.
United 171, turn left heading 160.
See that? All this stuff going on, and ever so slowly losing track of that flight director there. Flaps are up. And now let's go back to CMDA engage. Arnav and V nav are armed. Auto throttle has got the jet. That's the one, Air. Yes, he's given us that long separation there just because of the speed separation. He's given us free speed, so let's go to 250 knots. Speed intervention mode is pressed. We're accelerating away. So, flaps up, no lights, auto brake is off, landing gear is off, runway turn-off lights are off, and engine star mode selectors are both switched off as well. We can turn the wing ice lights off as well. Quick check of the overhead panel. That's all looking good, and we're starting to pressurise nicely as well. Yep, that's looking good down here. That's looking good. So there we go. We hand flew that first little section.
Sorry, was that Redness 766?
Through transition.
Hey, firm.
That was busy, wasn't it?
Yes, Redness 766.
Redness 766, you're a little bit, tiny bit low on the volume there. You are identified. Information.
And a night flight for Sector 2.
You can expect
off to Hergie's great freeware Oslo, which has its own Osprey Airways gate.
For one right, and we got hotel Redness 766.
We've got its latest version as well, which has got a really nice interior.
171, turn left heading 090.
Look at that twilight. Oh my god. That's pretty spectacular. All the screenshots for today, or most of them, the ones that don't fail, will go on to VATSIM.
Nordic 817, contact Sweden 118.4.
Sweden 1184, Nordic 817, good night.
Right.
Sweden control, go estimate around the first 91 back of 4 Charlie through 4 top.
Tango Romeo.
Nordic 8415, flighting 285.
Lights off.
285.
We'll let VNAV handle the speed again.
Nordic 490, clear direct Takeoff.
Bring that reel round.
Nordic 490.
Sweden control, good evening. Nordic 817 inbound Aros, flight level 1154140.
Nordic 817, good afternoon. Sweden control, radar contact, climb to flight level 320.
Climb to flight level 320, Nordic 817.
Nordic 490, report indicated airspeed, please.
270, Nordic 490.
Nordic 410, maintain speed 310 knots or greater.
Confirm 310, 310.
Affirm, horrible 310.
Roger, 310.
Lots of us flying to Oslo. Great. That's the one, MPS Gaming. Good stuff. I've just been able to upload the others as well. I managed to get a screenshot of the de-icing process. Delta Tango, I haven't. So Volanta really struggles with 2K, and I'm still unable to upload to Discord. I would have to individually process each one through GIMP or Photoshop or something, and lower the resolution. I'm tempted actually though. I'm going to try something. I'm going to go to my captures thread. I'm going to right click it. I'm doing this right now. Properties. There's a way to compress the folder, isn't there?
137, speed 260 knots, doing climb for spacing.
260 knots incline for spacing, Nordic 817.
Scandinavian 1045.
Tell you what, we're going to climb like a rocket.
126.650.
Was that sorry, was that what's contact, Stockholm approach.
Compressed contents to save disk space. Oh, that's already active. Oh well. That's that idea out the window.
Stockholm approach 126.650. Thank you for
Hergie, I haven't yet. I've got an awesome SAS livery though that I'm going to be using for the review video, and I'm going to be doing a flight to Oslo, Hergie, with it as well. for the review video too. I haven't got it airborne yet. I've got in.
137, speed 260 knots.
I've got airborne with. Sorry, I've got the APU active with the Mad Dog. Played around with the EFB a little bit and the FMS just to kind of get a feel for it on the ground. My next piece is going to be to try and fly it at some point, probably next week.
Tango Romeo, continue taxi and exit right on Echo, again, exit right on Echo and then Kilo to stand 70.
Have you tried the A310 with the latest update yet, Birdman asks? No, I haven't actually. That is on the list of things to do as well.
84 Whiskey, Unicom, 122, disseminate, bye-bye.
Yeah, definitely got to try it. That'll be next for us as well, 1228. Great controllers around this part of the world, by the way. And some stunning routes, and some really good freeware sceneries as well, including, we're not flying there, but a really incredible Bergen. The intensity of that beacon light.
Nordic 1551, squawk 4462. Nordic 4091, good afternoon, Sweden Crown, radar contact, cloud flight level 290.
Flight level 290, reference 4091.
Nordic 459 with descent.
Okay, that was a steep bank.
Nordic 459, descend to flight level 230.
Fergie, what's your biggest tip for the Mad Dog? If you were to give me one, what would your biggest tip be? It's about high time we look at Navigraph. So this is what we're going to be doing for the arrival into Oslo Gardermoen, so Iseba, and then this the ME arc kind of thing around the airfield, even though it's not really tracking a VOR, it's kind of tracking around INSUV actually. Into INSUV at or above 5,000 max 220 knots. And we haven't selected an ILS yet, so let's go to here. Approach is available. And we're going to be doing ILS 01 right, transition of INSUV, add to route. Then adds the arrival in, so there we are, INSUV, Nosla, max 200 knots, Zemun, and then there's our ILS data. So 111.905 and a course of 012, let's set that. We're going to be on it really quick. Zero 012, treble 1, 905.
Control here, Scandinavian 79er, flight 130, coming 182.
Scandinavian 79er, good afternoon, Sweden Cross, radar contact, climb to flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, Scandinavian 79er.
There's our missed approach.
Sweden Control, hello, Renault 3226, pass 250, climb 310, direct Oxford.
Red Nose 3226, good afternoon, Sweden Cross, squawk
5905.
0442, Renault.
Jolly good. Minimums wise as well, if we go down, we're category C aircraft, so 871. We can change that. Down on the PFD.
Red Nose 8415, gliding 275.
Look at that, we're almost at top of descent already. 871.
Red Nose 3226, Sweden Crown, radar contact, climb to flight level 310.
Continue, climb 310, Red Nose 3226.
That's weird.
Red Nose 4091, request final level 232.
Red Nose
oh, hold on.
4091, stop climb flight level 230,
My God.
final level.
Stop climb 230,
there we are.
final level, Red Nose 4091.
I was looking at the wrong bit. 871.
79er, cleared go down 20, runway 03.
ENGM ATIS. Runway condition damp. Transition level 575. Wind 010 at 7 knots.
Nordic
4037.
Unicom 122.8. Bye bye.
42.8.
1037.
490.
Nordic 459. Descend to flat level at 220.
That's set. We need to have our planned landing data as well. So landing ACAS on VAS airplane toolbox 01 right. METAR calculates. That's reverse idle. Lap 30. Planned landing weight of 59 ton. We'll call it 59.1. Lap 30.
Maintain speed 280 knots and conversion for spacing.
Speed 280 for Nordic 459.
Order brake 2, I think. We'll have a look at the charts in a minute. And it says 700.
415, descend to flat level at 220.
Just going to cross-reference this against the charts as well, bear with. Airport elevation is 671, so actually it's closer to be 650.
Sweden Control, good afternoon, Scandinavian 491, due to level 114, correction, 114.
Good afternoon, Scandinavian 491, Sweden Control, radar contact, climb flat level 260, speed 290 knots or greater for spacing.
Well, level 75 for transition, let's get that put in. QNH 1037. This is a very busy sector, isn't it? Execute descend winds request. Top of descent in 20 miles. We are rushing. That's it. One be actual. He's made incredibly good. Bergen, Stavanger, Bodo, and some others, as you said there. Load. Recalculate top of descent. It's actually brought it slightly forwards towards us. We need a fixed ring. Runway 01 right. Let's put that in. What do we got? We'll do 9 miles. We'll do 10.
Scandinavian 1424, contact Stockholm approach 12665.
And 4, why not?
Going 126.650. Scandinavian 1425.
We've got tower and ground on at Oslo.
Alpine of 137, and ready to send a flat level at 220.
We're almost.
Control, hello again.
Christopher says, so will the PAPI and ILS indications line up? Because I feel like there's no single airport in MSFS where one of those aren't broken in some way. We'll find out. Hergy's biggest tip for the Mad Dog is learn the takeoff procedure, how to engage Toga, when to engage LNAV and VNAV. It's different compared to Boeing or Airbus. Interesting. We need to get in here.
33, climbing 270 for 360, red nose 9033.
Red nose 9033, good afternoon, Sweden Control, New Squawk 7074.
Great view, this twilight, just sitting at 32,000 feet.
7074, red nose 9033.
Nordic 817, request descent.
Nordic 817, descend to flight level 220.
Descend to flight level 220, Nordic 817.
Nordic 40, correction, red nose 4091, and ready.
Set, LNAV, VNAV are active. That's all set, landing elevation is set. We're going to watch the pressurization panel depressurize us shortly into descent. We're going to keep an eye on that. Captain Paul D, hello, how are you? Hope you're well, buddy.
Nordic 8415, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
That's all set. 119 treble 195. And QNH, MDA, and our VREFs are set. Paulito's just landed in Stockholm, only doing one hop today. Going to be a spectator for the rest of the stream. Nice. Hope you enjoyed the first leg. Doc said that we need to try and vacate at Bravo 6. So... okay, actually 2/3 of the way down. We'll set auto brake 3 then, just in case, with reverse idle. Mikael says, please everybody, keep the speed given by Swedish Control unless meeting constraints. There we are, thank you. I shall do so. Spectacular flying, welcome. Have you seen the new E-Jets for FSS? From FSS for MSFS. I've seen a trailer by Aviation Lads. I've never heard of it.
Alpine 137, free speed.
Copy, free speed, Alpine 137.
Gen X8 Alpha Uniform, ready, descend to flat level 100.
Paulito, great stuff. No worries. Hope you did think it was a good job overall. It sounded good.
Scandinavian 491, free speed.
Free speed, Scandinavian 491.
Dirty 2, interesting. Apparently Pappies are normally attenuated for larger aircraft like 747, so it expects the pilot is sitting higher up. Therefore, seeing 3 reds might be closer to the glide path for a 737. Seba Max 250, is that what we've got here? Yeah, Max 250, Max 250 at Idamo, and then we hit our decel point.
Scandinavian 407 level 3, correction 135, clamping 180, completed. Good afternoon, Scandinavian 407, Sweden Control radar contact, climb to flight level 280, speed 280 knots or greater. Climb 280, operator Scandinavian 407. Alpine 137, is Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
There we go, refresh the top bar again because it stopped working.
122.8, Alpine 127.
Nordic 4091 and Scandinavian 79er, Metroport Visby, wind is 070 degrees, 7 knots, visibility 10 kilometers in light snow, clouds view 700 feet, broken 1100 feet, temperature -0 and dew point -1, QNH 1032, transition level 55.
So I know, I just keep thinking, every time I refresh it now, I'm thinking, how many more times do I have to do this before Volanta releases theirs? I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Red nose 4091, continue descent to altitude 5,000 feet.
Down to 5,000 feet, red nose 4091.
Scandinavian 79er, report indicated airspeed.
Indicated 290, slowly decreasing.
Scandinavian 79er, speed 270 knots or less.
270 less, Scandinavian 79.
29 minutes this sector so far from that threshold, -6 minutes. So how quick this sector is.
Red nose 4091, free speed.
Free speed, thank you, red nose 4091.
The other station calling in, say again.
Nordic 155, request for that.
Nordic 1551, descend to flight level 250.
Descent 250 and confirm Donut for Lima.
Sorry, I'm not controlling Norway or Oslo Gardermoen.
Roger.
Nordic 817, request further descent.
Nordic 817, Unicom 122 disseminate, bye-bye.
Unicom 1228, Red Nose 817, thank you for the ATC, good night.
Good night.
Sweden Control, good kväll, Scenario 78 kilo, passing 37.
1228. We've got ENGM Tower 1183 on. 1183. So we can pre-tune him ready. He's our next frequency. 127, 125. One 50.
feet.
There we are.
Broken at 5,500 feet.
Listen to the ATIS.
Temperature 0, dew point -2. QNH 1037. Nozick. Acknowledge
One
information
towards.
Juliet on first contact.
Listen to the ATIS again from the
Oslo
start.
Gardermoen information Juliet. Tom 1520 Zulu. Expect ILS or RNP approach. Runway 01 left and 01 right in use. Runway condition damp. Transition level 75. For en route clearance request via data link or contact ground 121.6. Meta report. Wind 010 degrees 7 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds scattered at 2,900 feet. Broken at 5,500 feet. Temperature 0, dew point -2. QNH 1037. Nozick. Acknowledge information Juliet on first contact.
There we are. Information
Oslo Guard.
Juliet. Big J on my piece of paper there. I could go free speed, but we've been sequenced so carefully. I feel like we'll end up all bunching up. If I go on to Valanta, doink. You can see we've been spaced pretty well. We've got SAS 491 behind by a little way actually. So it's me keeping this speed keeps me separated from Alpine 137, Nordic 459 as well. So we've got this perfect spacing at the moment. Although Red Nose 8415 interestingly is on top of Alpine 137. That could be interesting. Keep smashing them likes, folks, if you're enjoying today's stream. Jeff says, I'm really hoping Navigraph does everything in one app one day. That would be quite cool, wouldn't it? They have taken over SimBrief after all. But then Valanta's owned by Orbeck, so maybe they will take over Sim Toolkit Pro. Who knows? And descending back into the darkness as well. Got belts on. That's all set, depressurising normally. Through 16,000. There's a little decel point coming up, so once that does appear, I'm going to turn off speed intervention mode.
Oscar traffic signal 8415 on the except for miles of run is forward to Stockholm Arlanda.
Let's go to 250. Let's see what the aeroplane does once we hit this. There we are, back on VNAV. And it's now meeting the constraint of a Seba max 250 knots for the left turn in onto the star. Another decel point at 10 miles. That's going to bring our speed down to max of 220 knots. And we'll be at flight level 100 there for the arc. All the way around to Golf Mike 454, at which point we're then going to be heading inbound towards the airfield, towards the waypoint INSUV, where we want to be at or above 5,000 feet. Mandatory 220 knots at INSUV. Might set 5,000 now, and I'll just allow it to follow the constraints all the way down. One 1595 is VOR2, treble 195, we'll get that active now on nav 1. What the heck was that? I'll just trigger a pilot to spawn in.
Traffic.
Oh, he's all the way up there. He's miles away. So he's just giving me a traffic alert for him and he's 20 miles away. Oh well, at least we know it's working. Lights. Signs. About 10 minutes to landing. Rico, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. I hope you're well. Look at the silhouettes of the lakes down there. That's incredible. Just on the tips of the wings there. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, still growing. Really appreciate everybody deciding to hit subscribe and all the channel members and everything like that. It's really good. It's great fun. We've got a great community here. Nick, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing as well. Oslo Gardermoen traffic, Nordic 817 is 10,000 feet inbound on the 74 Lima Armanav arrival, expecting ILS runway 01 right, will report inbound INSUV Oslo traffic. And Oslo is, if I get the keybind correct, I just saw somebody strobe lights through the cloud there, but it's off that way somewhere. But look at that for a city view. We'll pop that screenshot on Volanta as well, might as well. That's pretty spectacular. As real as it gets. So this little bit, we're going to be flight level 100 all the way around to the edge of the arc, and then we're going to drop down to 4,000 towards the city of Oslo, inbound to INSUV, which is kind of, actually, it's kind of over there where that kind of intersection is. That's pretty much where INSUV is. Nick, hello, welcome. No, but you know what? I do need to do a Bergen flight soon. There's some spectacular scenery for that. So that's the last flight level 100 constraint there, Golf Mike 454. And the wind 010 degrees at 7 knots, all the 9s for visibility, scattered cloud 2,500 feet, broken 5,600 feet. The temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, dew point -2, QNH 1037, no significant changes expected in the next 2 hours. That's the latest METAR from Oslo. We've got one strobe light set there just on the cursor. We're monitoring him. He's now on TCAS. What's the bet he turns in on us? He's gonna, isn't he? Yes, because now we can see green and his flashing beacon. Which means that side of his plane is facing us, which means he's now flying cross-flow towards us. So let's be proactive. I'm going to go down to our up speed. Oslo traffic, Nordic 817 is approaching Golf Mike 412. I've got traffic on my 12 o'clock, therefore reducing speed to minimum clean to allow him inbound first.
Yeah, I think the traffic here is good, so
How many miles is that? About 5. So that's pushing it, but we don't want to be any closer. If I'm doing 205 knots,
151 is currently passing FedAv 100 and 24.
he's at that waypoint now. It's now coloured in as a threat.
That's runway 01 right.
I'm going to go heading mode. I'm going to self-vector a little bit here, just to give us a bit more separation. I'm going to square off the waypoint a little bit more, basically. I want him to extend out to 5 miles. He's going slightly quicker than us, I hope, if he's following the speed constraints. We've got one above as well. There. The sky of VATSIM is alive. Let's get rid of the music for now, because it's going to get really busy for us. .205. Let's go back to LNAV. We've started the aircraft on its turn. We'll put it back on LNAV now to head inbound in sub, and we've got 5 miles separation on him. LNAV and VNAV is armed to head down to 5,000 feet in a moment as well, once we pass this constraint. There's that aircraft. He's not a concern to us at the moment. And we're descending down towards INSUV. So we've got 20 miles to INSUV. He's 5 ahead. And I'm hoping this little bit of wiggling here on the LNAV is going to help us a little bit with separation with whoever that is. Final ding dong for the crew. Can't see anyone on our right hand side, which is good, which means we've not caused any issues for someone else behind. We had a good gap between the next aircraft inbound. 01 right, Nick. I mean, he looks like he's positioning for 01 left, but I'm not really sure what he's doing, to be honest. He's not following the star. Let's get both active on treble 1905, course 012012, order brake is set to 3. Check of the recall, aircraft's depressurizing, lights are set as required. Signs, and we've done the crew final call. I don't know what they're doing. Who was it? I'll try and find them on Volanta. Flying Budapest to Oslo, Hubi, NOS 1551. As long as he stays over 5 miles, we'll be okay. If not, I'm going to have to be quite proactive with dealing with our separation with whoever that is as well, just so we don't end up risking going around, or we could just step across maybe and do a different approach onto the opposite runway if we fancy hand flying the whole thing. A bit more difficult at night time though, but there he is. He's going off towards the city to make his approach. So I think he must be going in via Nosla perhaps. Mind you, he's well out now. Let's see. So that's the extended centre line, the white dash. Army overlays closed itself actually, rather than stop working. HK, thank you for pointing that out. Into a bit of cloud now. That the tail lights, sorry, the landing lights illuminating the cloud in front. That looks really cool, doesn't it? There we go. Thank you, HK. That should be working again now for you. Flow transition. Ooh, that's really scuppered us. Let's do 1500 feet per minute. Let's go to vertical speed mode, so let's be proactive again with that. He's there. So he's vectored out wide to start the ILS early. Mikhail got a go around at 20 feet. Oh my good grief, what happened? That's the city of Oslo.
That was traffic Nordic 155, established ILS, runway 01 right, 16 miles.
That'll be him. Look how cool this is. Thousand above. I'm going to set 180 now. Because he's ahead, speed's good. I'm actually going to start to bring in some flaps. Look, see that red line there? I'm going to start adding things that are going to cause drag on the airframe, basically. Let's go to 4,000. He's there on the nose. I've got him, visual with him. Drag required after Nosla. That's fine, we're still working this nicely. He's now actually closing in quite a bit, so let's use a bit of speed brake. Flap 5. We've got one underneath. One there. Don't know who that is. I'm going to do 170. In fact, I'm going to configure now for 160 till 4, I think. Why not? Let's go flap 10. Heading select. Approach mode armed. One in there as well. Gonna have to actually slow down to our minimum final approach speed, I think. Let's go gear down flap 15 because he's slowing right down. Look, we're 2 miles. DF 141, 146, 12. Spoilers away, spoilers armed. Flaps 25. Established on the localizer. Oslo traffic, Nordic 817 is established at 10 miles, speed 160 knots until 4 DME. Let's go to 160 again, shall we? Change to tower 1183.
Olympic 6507, runway 01 right, cleared for takeoff. Wind 010 degrees, 7 knots.
Cleared for takeoff, 01 right, Olympic 6507. Scandinavian 76 Foxtrot, stand 20 ready for push start.
Scandinavian 76 Foxtrot, push and start approved, QNH 1037.
Push start approved, QNH 1037, Scandinavian 76 Foxtrot.
Approach mode armed, SIMD A and B.
Reynolds 8415, can you hold the property?
Reynolds 8415, November, Victor and Delta, stand 606.
Can't see him now. He's got him on TCAS 3 miles. 9 departures, 4 arrivals, very nice.
November, Victor 7, 60.
Let's go to 149 again now, lap 30.
Oslo Tower, good evening, Itaro 1673 for radio check.
Itaro 1673, Garmon Tower, good evening, readability 5.
Oslo Tower, good evening, Nordic 817 is inbound 6 miles ILS, runway 01 right, QNH 1037, number 2.
Nordic 817, Garmin Tower, good evening. Break, Nordic 1551, runway 01 right, clear to land, wind 010 degrees, 7 knots.
Nordic 151.
Olympic 6507, no further to see, Unicom 122.
Climb on track 012 to 2.5 DME ONE, then turn right and proceed on track 048 to 4000. Expect vectors by Oslo approach for a missed approach, which we are prepared for. We've got a 13 knot crosswind.
Oslo Tower, red nose 933 on the Lunip 4, sorry, on the Lunip 4 Lima 401 left, red nose 933.
One outbound there.
933, then you're still quite far out.
He's just over the threshold looking at the nav display. We can't go any slower, so it's down to him to recognise that we're right behind and to try and get off and help us out. Otherwise, we're going to struggle to get in here, and we might have to do a go around.
On the east side, most convenient.
Fingers crossed.
One right, but if you just check VATSIM or any other source, or you use the traffic system in your airplane to check.
So in this instance, I'm going to keep the autopilot on until as low as possible. But we're only 1,000 above minimums.
On the Lunip 4 Lima, red nose 933.
Thank you.
And Oslo Tower, beautiful, good evening, Nordic 1718, gate, correction stand 73, request IFR to Hamburg.
First, Nordic 1551, Bravo 6, taxi Juliet, stand 69er.
69er, Bravo 6, Juliet, Nordic 1551.
Oh, there's a freeze. Oh, we're back.
Alpine 137 arrived at the gate. Thank you for the ATC service. Have a good evening.
Good evening.
He's off.
Delta 4 Charlie Papa, runway 01 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 010 degrees, 7.
Delta 4 Charlie Papa, cleared for takeoff, runway 01 left.
Nordic 817, runway 01 right, cleared to land, wind 010 degrees, 7 knots.
Cleared land, runway 01 right, Nordic 817. Oh, wind change. Pushed us right again.
Then do request IFR clearance to Anderson's Vigreisfeld.
100.
Looking to the end.
974 Golf, clear to Alderson Vigra, 825 out for departure, runway 01 left. Initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 6126.
10.
Oh yeah. Reverse green. Nose wheels down and decelerating reverse idle. Auto brake 3. 205, lovely, I'll have that.
Please again the departure for Scandinavian 74 Golf.
What did Doc say we got to vacate? Bravo 6, that's this one, isn't it?
5 Alpha departure.
Auto brake 3 worked with reverse idle. My controls on the brakes. And we can get rid of the reverses.
Scandinavian 74 Golf, feedback correct.
That's pretty cool, Hergy.
And Nordic 1718, still stand 737, 800, IFR to Hamburg, please.
Clear the spoilers. This is Hergy's in the live chat, folks. Hergy1234. That's who created this freeware scenery.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Nordic 817, taxi Tango and Lima, stand 45.
Taxi Tango Lima, stand 45. Nordic 817.
Nordic 1718, clear to Hamburg, Vita 6 Bravo departure.
So left.
Runway 01 right, cleared 7,000 feet, squawk 6547.
Left on Tango. Got my pen in my mouth. Runway turn off lights off. Let's pop that off. We want the APU on. That can come off. POS light strobe and steady to steady. And probe heat off. Still committing to the left turn.
Scandinavian 74 Golf, ready for push and start.
Clear the master caution, that's air conditioning.
4 Golf, push and start cleared to QNH 1037.
Parking stands. What do we got? Stand 45. Okay, it's in that little cul-de-sac. So GSX.
Nordic 1718, negative.
Nordic 1718, clear to Hamburg, 6 Bravo departure, runway 01
None of those.
cleared 7,000 feet, squawk
This is a custom GSX profile as well. 4.6. We got 4.5, didn't we?
Nordic 1718, cleared Hamburg, via the VPAR 6 Bravo.
It's going to be ramp.
01 right, initial climb is 7,000 feet and squawk 6.
Ramp 4.5 with safe dock. No follow me.
Nordic 1718 negative, squawk 654.
Let's do Menzies. Order break off.
Nordic 1718.
And we'll just transponder mode A, mode alpha. Yeah, hello to you.
Academy Tower, Nordic 490, ILS 01 left.
Nordic 490, Gardermoen Tower, good evening, continue approach.
Continue approach.
Lima Blue.
Nordic 817, your stand got occupied, take stand 49er instead.
Yeah, Roger, stand 49er, Nordic 817.
Scandinavian 76, Foxtrot, ready for taxi.
Scandinavian 76, Foxtrot, taxi, Golf, and November, holding point, runway 01 left.
Golf November and holding point 01 left. Scandinavian 76, Foxtrot.
Scandinavian 76, Foxtrot, actually new plan, taxi, Golf, 1.
Look at this for freeware, guys. Who needs Just Sims payware when you've got this? Look at that. This is the latest version as well. Hergy's just updated it over the last couple of days. How good does this look? We'll have a little look as well, folks, at it, just to sort of celebrate what he's created here.
Clear to land, wind 010 degrees, 7 knots.
Runway 01 right, clear to land, runway 01, Bravo Papa.
Mark, thanks, buddy. Is that 49? Yes. Stand 49. Taxi lights off. And in we go. We've got VDGS. And we've got a marshaller actually, in fact. Even better. We've got both. Taxi lights are off. Let's bring the speed down. And we'll bring it into a creep before touched. Maybe, I wonder what spot it's going to have us stop on it here. Have I not disabled GSX jetways? I thought I had. Oh yeah, we've got a double VDGS here.
Red Nose 933, runway 01 right in sight. Red Nose 933.
Red Nose 933, continue approach number 2, wind 010 degrees, 7 knots. Expect parking 38.
I actually can, Hergy, yeah. There's our Osprey gate. BA165 to, or 8 Alpha 165, I should say. BVX. How epic. Anti-calls off. Menu, FS actions, ground services. Wheel chocks set. Oh, David, Sim froze on final. Have you changed anything since the last time?
Cleared to Hamburg. Deep Bravo Alpha departure, runway 01 left, cleared 7,000 feet.
Disembarkation.
703.
Clearance approved from my destination via VIPA 1 Alpha departure, initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 6703, Gardermoen 673, runway 01 left.
Is that going to work at disembarking the aeroplane? Wrong way. Oh, look at that for a screenshot, guys.
Scandinavian
Very epic. So of course you guys will have heard Just Sim have released their payware version of this airport scenery. The news people in the flight sim world have been covering it as well. But do we need it? No is the answer, because at least whilst Hergy is creating this, we don't need to worry about it. I mean, look how good this is. Look at the decals there for Avinor Oslo Lufthaven as well.
And with the 1 Bravo Papa vacated, Bravo 5.
And if we bust into the terminal building, he's even done the terminal with people. Oh yeah, before we commit any further, this is our Osprey gate for Osprey Airways, our Channel's airline. It's included in the scenery as well. John, hello, welcome. Yeah, look at this. Freeware. FlightSim.to.
Continue approach number 2, Scandinavian 4901. Scandinavian 74 Golf, rest of
First, Scandinavian 76 Foxtrot, and then 1 left, clear for takeoff.
These glass things, by the way, guys, are going to be the GSX jetways, so you'll have to ignore that. That's because I've not disabled the GSX jetway. So you've got to ignore those bits. Not really sure I get off that great, am I, Hergy? Forgot to disable the really key bits. Look at this.
313, clear to Hamburg, Vista Bon Alpha departure, runway 01 left, cleared 7,000 feet, scope 5504.
Oslo Mega Airport. And it goes on, each gate's got an airline board attached to it. Look at that. We bust outside. Oops, wrong little bit. We got check-in. Again, freeware. This is from Hergy 1234 on FlightSim.to. Look at that. Pretty mega, isn't it? And if we pop over to the tower, ah yes, token novelty keyring mandatory. Look at this. And you can see the two guys on final. How cool is that?
Scandinavian 4901, wind 010 degrees, 7 knots, runway 01 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 01 right, Scandinavian 4901.
You can even read
Nordic Manor 33, taxi
the flight numbers.
stand 3.
How epic.
Taxi Juliet and 38.
We've got a couple of other guys about to touch down. There's an SAS. Oh, look at that for a touchdown. Very nice. Yeah, you guys don't need to buy the Just Sim Oslo Garderman scenery. There he is. As David has said, great job, Hergy. Looks fantastic. Yeah, FlightSim.to. In fact, while we're watching this next flight, what I'll do, I'll go to FlightSim.to and I'll grab the link to it and I'll put it into the description for today's live stream so that you guys can just click it and download it once I've finished throwing stuff around the room. ENGM. I wish the FlightSim.to website was a lot quicker. I find it really, really slow.
Scandinavian to
They are. Aerosoft and Orbex are also coming with Oslo Garderman scenery. It's very cool.
7 knots, runway 01 right, clear to land.
01 right, pitch land to Yankee.
There we are. That is now in the live stream description. Yeah, I would imagine, as Hergy has said himself, Orbex and Aerosoft, their Oslo Garderman sceneries are going to be really cool, especially if Aerosoft pull out of the bag a scenery like their Brussels. If they create that for Oslo, it's just going to be incredible, isn't it? But this is a really good option for freeware. I think this is the last one in today, this SAS on finals. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got the Scoot Airlines trip in the Phoenix A320. Post update, I've heard it's performing a lot better than it used to, frames wise. And somebody has said it's as smooth as the PMDG 737 for them. So we're going to fly it live during a VATSIM event. Oh, there he goes, he's jumped. We're going to fly it live during a VATSIM event to try and see what we think, but also get back into the A320 because we've not flown that for a little while. So we've got a mega VATSIM event to take part in tomorrow. Singapore Changi to Tan Son Nhat. Yeah, these are that's the night lighting at the Freeware Oslo. As we're kind of discussing that, Eric. Even the blue line taxiway, orange line as well, look with the lights. Here we are. Just don't forget to disable the custom GSX jetway. Unlike me. Okay, there we go. 2 sectors today, starting in fantastic FlyTampa Copenhagen. A flight over to Sobo's very own Stockholm Arlanda. And then this really good freeware Oslo Garderman scenery created by Hergy1234 in the live chat there, and it's linked in the description below too. Well worth giving it a go. I hope you've enjoyed the live stream today. As we mentioned, tomorrow we're back in, we're in yellow, we're in the A320 for flight across the Far East. And keep an eye out over the next few days as well for that Mad Dog review whenever I get round to finishing that too. Be learning that over the next few weeks and creating a review video too. Ian, that's another good point. We've got to be flying the Flabberwire soon. It's had a lot of updates. The latest stable's now out, so that's worth exploring too. There we have it. Thank you very much for flying along, folks. Everybody who's dropped a donation today as well, really appreciate that. We had Mikael, Punny and Carlito. Thank you very much, guys, and welcome to all of our new subscribers. Hit subscribe if you've not done so already. Hit the like button. Big thanks to our controllers for today, and I'll see you tomorrow for another live stream. Thanks for watching. Take care, I'll see you soon.